Hello, everybody, and welcome to Choose Your Role. Unfortunately, as we discussed on Tuesday during our fun little one-shot, one of our players, Malik, the half-elf rogue, is currently overseas, so we had to fill in with a little game of Blades in the Dark, run by our lovely cast member, Odin. My name is AJ, your DM as always, but not tonight, and I'm playing Jimmy Russo, the boy, the shop, the wise guy. And Toma.
Hi, I'm Toma. I'm usually here playing Scrap, but today I'm here playing Malice Pacty.
And our guest star, DM of last Tuesday's game, Micah, dear friend of ours.
Why have you done this to me?
Because we like you, you're our friend, so we thought we should play games together.
That's true.
Rats. I knew friendship would have its downsides. Anyways, I have never played this before, but I am playing Silas Duran.
That's okay, I've played it once.
I've played it a few times, but we don't. Evidently, we don't play this game like most people play this game.
Do we not?
I've seen them be a lot grittier, but then again, that's just not our thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can tell you for a fact, the times I ran the City of Mist games, I'm pretty sure I had stuff wrong, so...
Well,
Yeah, but we really liked the way you run City of Mist, because we just get to be doofuses.
yeah. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Broden. I'm typically playing Dahlia for the Illyria D&D campaign. But now, for tonight, I am, as one of my favorite channels used to say, everyone else in the world. So... yeah, we're gonna pick it up with a nice old game of Blades in the Dark. Get my companions here already. Is everyone ready? We all good?
File my
Yeah,
taxes real quick.
Okay, yeah, no, we'll wait.
You know, you gotta get ahead of that before tax season comes in.
Yeah, it's a real nuisance, trust me. All the games know.
And now, thanks to our not sponsor, Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Speaking about taxes, we're gonna start out this with the most veteran player here, Jimmy.
That's a weird way to refer to Jimmy.
That is true. Either way, it has been a couple months since the very first episode we did of Blades of the Dark. And even more so, it's been much, not too long for you, Jimmy, of things going to shit for you and your last game that you were in. Luckily, not the Lamplacks.
Yeah, not the ones I cared about. Some schmucks I was stuck with.
Yeah, after a very botched job with the gondoliers who approached you in hopes that you would take care of some rogue spirits that your group has created, things went from okay to really bad, as during that time your companion Argus had disappeared without a trace. No one knows where they've gone. Your other companion, Gregory, unfortunately met a watery end after he kept trying to get his horse into the boat.
Oh no, anyway.
And your other companion, did she play Charter?
Yeah, Charter was
Charter.
our
Yeah.
hound.
After so many losses, she eventually decided to keep it safe and retire and go into the drug dens of Silkshore. You are now, unfortunately, all alone in your little hovel pet store in the night market.
It's serviceable. We get a customer here and there. We're not going out of business.
It's enough to keep the place afloat, and lucky for you, the Wraiths, now that you're no longer able to do jobs, are no longer requiring for you at the moment to pay the month rent.
We just bring it to the neighborhood.
Yeah. It's been hard, but as always, Basil Baz has been pressuring you to help him in his takeover of Crowsfoot. Nothing's happened yet, but he keeps telling you about a feeling he has that something might happen soon, that something doesn't seem right with Crows and their leader, Rorik.
Hey, Jimmy's keeping his ears to the street. I get your pigeons, I get your dogs. But Jimmy's gonna be living the legit life while heat dies down.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Basil Baz has been quite forceful, and as that happens, a familiar face seems to enter the shop. Malice,
Hey.
you have been requested by Basil Bass to bring in Jimmy for a coin.
Wow, a whole coin just for bringing in Jimmy.
It's 2 weeks' salary.
It's 2 weeks' salary, and he needs every able man he can get if he's going to make a play.
No, that's the thing. I know how much it's worth. That's why I'm like, wow, a whole coin.
Hey, you saying Jimmy ain't worth it?
I'm mostly just curious as to why he would pay that much for such a simple thing.
Either way, you are currently right now in the night market outside of a fairly fixed up pet shop. Inside, you can see in the windows a couple guard dogs, or looks dogs that looks like they're being trained to become guard dogs, and a very strangely fine selection of hamsters.
All with little burglar masks. That's how Jimmy's been spending his time.
He's getting over the depression by knitting a little mask for them.
Oh no.
Either
the horse
way,
guy's gone.
the door is unlocked, the sign says open, and a faint light of candles can be seen within inside.
Well, I guess I opened the door.
All right.
Hey, can I help you? What do you need?
I don't know if you remember me, but I was told that I need to buy a hamster.
Jimmy nods, knowing the code word. Hey, you the bike guy, ain't ya?
Would be correct.
Why don't you do me a favor? Put the. We gotta talk for a while. Go and put the sign to close. But if not, anything I can do for you.
Well, depends on how willing you are for, He was Bazabaz, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Depends on how willing you are to, come in and help Bazabaz.
Oh, I mean, I can close up right now if it's that guy. That guy, well, being honest, that guy may just really own this business. I never paid attention how this worked. As I take off my my smock, put on my coat with my gun in it, and I basically give the dogs the signal of protect and close up.
Dogs perk up as you kind of gesture to them. They don't give you a nod or anything because, of course, they're dogs. But one
They're
of them
fucking
does.
dogs.
One of them does bark at you, almost as if in acknowledgement, as you go out and lock up the store.
I'm glad I told the hamsters to scheme while I'm away.
So you two are gonna.
Evidently, they're mutants.
Yeah, hard to find actual purebred animals here in Dustfall.
Yep, that's why.
So you guys are gonna make your way over to the Crow's Foot?
Oh yeah, going straight to the bats.
All right. As you kind of both make your way through Crow's Foot, you do see that the district is off. The crows are out and about more than usual, and you can even hear from the center of the town shouting from the top of the tower. Seems two voices can be heard arguing with each other.
Can I roll? Oh, sorry. I was gonna say if I could roll survey to eavesdrop.
Yeah, go right ahead. Standard controls, like no risk involved, just passing by.
6.
Woo. You do hear the conversation. It seems to be, from the voice you know, to be Rorik and his second in command. They seem to be arguing about something. Rorik seems to be expressing his want to expand further into Charter Hall, but it seems that his second in command wants to maybe expand southward into Soakshore. It seems that the argument's pretty heated about which direction the crew should be taken, but that seems all you can pick up as you walk by.
Okay, I just lean over to Malice. Well, seems the big boss is having a bit of a conundrum of where to move. This man's thinking of moving south. Yeesh. I mean, not southwest.
Oh yeah, sorry, it was east or west. Silk Shore's not to the
Yeah,
south.
it's gonna go. These guys got big dreams.
Yeah, you do know that Charter Hall is definitely one of the more wealthy districts. So for him wanting to try to expand into such a place, it's quite ballsy.
And it's almost double his territory size. That's wild.
Yeah, he dreams big. Probably won't happen overnight. Also, the person that you heard arguing with him, you would know to be Lissa, his second in command.
Yeah, Jimmy's got his ears to the street. He knows at least some bits about this.
Yeah. Either way, you make your way over to the Crow's Foot. It seems like all the Lampblacks and even the Red Sashes are kind of being corralled into their sections. No fights are seeming to be allowed tonight. The city watch is on patrol almost in double. Seems that possibly something may have happened. Maybe it's just preparation for other things. Either way, streets are busy.
Would I know anything about anything that may have happened?
No, you wouldn't. It seems to be mostly a just a crow's situation.
Like they're on guard for if the crows make a move.
More like the crows are just preparing. Prep work is being done, and they can't have any fights breaking out.
Fair enough.
Either way, you make your way into the headquarters of the Lampblacks. You can still see Jimmy, the man that you ratted out to Bazobaz, who he punished pretty severely, is currently kind of sitting down on all fours, kind of being used as a footstool for Baz as he's sitting in the chair talking to his men.
It's weird how mean we are to this guy. I say it basically to myself, but thinking, well, I'm not gonna stop.
It's cruel, but I don't want to stop it.
Yeah, it's cruel, but there's a hierarchy, and I don't want to be put further down it by asking questions.
Yeah. Anyways, Bazobaz looks over towards you and gives you a wave over.
I go sit at my friend's desk and say, "Hey, B, what you need from old Jimmy?"
Jimmy, hey, well, first off, I wanted to...
Mouse is gonna cut in, and he holds out his hand.
Right. Snaps his fingers. One of his men comes by, hands you a small lockbox.
He takes it.
Yeah, everything, your payments in there and all. Anyways, and so you can see, Crow's Foot's in a bit of a tizzy right now. Old Rorik is, he's got big plans as always, despite his old age.
But I do tell him everything I heard.
He does laugh at that, and he goes, Second Command's giving him shit. Yeah.
Disorganization.
I mean, I can't blame her. I mean, Silk Shore is definitely a better territory, more safer bet than Charter Hall, but...
Well, exactly, but just saying, this means that there's some breakdown in the chain of command.
Yeah,
By the way,
they fight all the time, though.
By the way, should I still have the coins from last time? Because it's been a while in universe, from what I understand.
Same.
I would say that yeah, you both have the coin. Jimmy, from you trying to keep the store in business, you've been able to gain that over the couple months. And you would have been doing jobs beforehand. With everything that you have been doing, it kind of would have evened out.
So I'd have it, but it'd probably be in the stash or something.
Both of you put half of what you have in coin in stash.
Okay, so I put one in the stash, one in the coin. Got it.
Well, I've got 2 in, 2 out then, because I was just given one.
Pretty good. All right. So, anyways, yeah. As you know, though, Roy's got his plans and I got mine, and I think if Rorik's gonna go out and try to take some territory, expand outwards, well, he's gonna have to loosen some of his men here, you know? So I say, we may need to be be prepared for when he decides to make his move, so we can make ours. Of course, the Red Sashes are probably thinking the same thing. His second in command, Lissa, she wants to put us in our place first. If she had it her way, she would downsize, as you will put it, both us and the Red Sashes before he made his move. But Rorik thinks we're loyal to him, so you know.
So
Anyways.
have you, discussed, I don't know, making some sort of alliance or something?
An alliance could be useful, yeah. Ooh. I got some jobs, I was thinking.
I'm interested.
And me in the background trying to figure out what the fuck I did with them. Huh. I didn't exit out of them, so
We gotta steal the Declaration of Independence.
how did you know?
I look at Malice. Come on, Nick Cage.
Looks around. Independence from who? There's not many people left outside the dome.
Well,
There's very
we're gonna
few.
have to steal it in shitty Nick Cage impressions.
Anyways,
There's a map on the back of the Declaration of Independence. Invisible ink.
I unironically love that movie.
Oh yeah,
First one's very good.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah. I
so
love the movie
good.
too.
It's so
The
good.
second one is
It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
funny to do
The second
Nick
one's
Cage.
okay. The first one's amazing, and then just Nick Cage will just go into anything. So.
You
Yeah.
realize that he's making a movie that is a parody of himself, right?
It's already
That's the
made.
thing that's
it was really-
happening.
I've
Good, that
already
means
seen
he's
it.
self-aware about it.
The man is a national icon.
Man did a Five Nights movie without a line of dialogue.
Okay, found him.
He,
Sick.
he did too.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I got some jobs if you're interested. Been getting pretty busy. In fact, I got you some more help for these. And he kind of snaps his fingers. Bring in the new guy. It's,
Can I roll Prowl to have just been standing in the room?
sure. If you're trying to make, like, a statement of just, I'm good.
Yeah, this will either be good or bad. We'll find out. Do I just click Prowl?
So, click, Prowl. You'll see a position and effect. So,
Okay.
position limited. No, controlled. Sorry, it's been a while.
Limited might be appropriate considering the environment he's
Limited
in.
isn't an option.
So, what are the options? Refresh me on this.
Risky, controlled, desperate, fortune roll.
There's gonna be a controlled
And
position,
then you get
limited effect.
Because like they would know you were already in there. At least
Yeah, it's
the door guards would.
Bonus dice. What is?
0.
yeah, 0 bonus
Okay.
dice unless you want to push yourself. But I don't recommend it for something like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Unless you like a
Only
devil's bargain.
6.
6.
Any bonus dice? No. What if I took a double deal for this? Yes.
Every roll would be a
consider
double
it.
bargain.
Yeah, so his man kind of gives a small nod and goes, yeah, boss, I'll go get it. And suddenly, as he turns, you are just, without anyone noticing, face to face with the goon who was sent to get you. And he goes, huh!
How
Uh,
tall is the goon?
He's a decent size. He's about 5'11".
Then he's looking up to Silas.
I forgot.
Because Silas is about 6'4".
Got him, boss. Here he is.
Another tall boy.
How is this stealth guy that big?
He's very thin.
He just turns to his side and they're like, oh, it's just a line.
You say that, but that was actually a move in a show I recently watched.
Oh, I was thinking the guy from SpongeBob, the bully.
Yeah, it's the Flash the Flounder
Oh,
effect. Oh,
yeah.
look, a straight line. Turns to his
Micah,
side.
are you also of Severos heritage?
Of Cerberus heritage? No.
Then why are you so big?
Reasons.
Raisins is already.
Wait, what does Cerberus have to do with being tall?
They're the Viking-esque big boys.
Yeah.
Well, when I think Viking, I think
Wide?
meaty people, like
Well,
that
it's
kind
both.
of big.
It's kind of both, but
Go to Minnesota. It's both.
You see in the doorway, slightly walking past the goon, a 6'4" individual with rounded glasses on his face, short, kind of spiked up hair, black hair, palish complexion. He's wearing a dingy tan high collar coat that just sort of closes around above his nose. And he just walks in seemingly without making a noise by stepping. And just walks up next to where y'all are sitting and just looks down at you.
Who's the
Hello.
goat? Jimmy thinking
Pleasure
it's
to
the-
make your acquaintance as he reaches out a hand.
Jimmy is concerned because he has been hurt by ghosts before.
that Jimmy has. Do you say?
Malice looks at you. Sorry, I don't shake hands unless I'm making a deal.
Very well then. And he pulls his hand back.
There you are. Silas, right?
Yes.
Ah. So, yeah, I thought you three could do some work for me as I prepare to, well, take over this joint. Yeah?
I mean,
Rather-
down the clown.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Perfect. Anyways. So I got a couple jobs for you. First one's possibly a weapons run. There's a group of railjacks moving some cargo across the city. They're coming from White Crown, but heading towards the night market. I want you guys to go in there and take any of the shit they have. Of course, I'm not looking for anything that will harm ghosts. I'm more looking for anything that will do good against the living. Second job is, well, I need some allies. You see, I'm loved here by the people of Crowsfoot, and I think it'd be good to get some people who are looking to fight for the people on my side. Have you boys ever heard of a group called the Lost?
Would Jimmy have had?
Is there a way to...
Let me double check
Know
the thing you
stuff?
sent me.
Yeah, let me do the same. I gotta.
The
Yeah, I mean,
Lost?
The Lost.
They are not on Jimmy's list.
I do not have it.
They are not on my list either, so no.
All right. Well, from the blank expressions on your faces, I'm gonna guess not. You see, apparently they're a well, of course they're a gang. They're ex-soldiers and thugs. They try to help out the workers in Dunslough and Coleridge. But they fight for the people, and we're loved by the people here in Crowsfoot. Maybe they'll be willing to help us. It's only,
Benevolent of them.
you know, I don't know if they're willing to. You see, they're still allies to the Crows. But they may be willing to help us take out the Red Sashes.
Well, it's the allies to the Crows for now.
True. Who's not allies to the Crows, though, some of the dock workers over in the docks. They, you see, they hate the extortion rackets that Rourke set up over there. So, maybe you could go talk to them, see what they would like. You know, if you destroy some of the extortion rackets, who knows? Could give the Crows a black eye, and you may get some dockers on our side.
Well, that was my question for you. I was gonna suggest you don't send me. They don't like me. If the Red Sashes want to team up against the Crows, if you got someone who could work on that magic.
Team up with the Red Sashes. That's fucking hilarious.
Hey, any port in a storm.
Look, the whole point about Rorik trying to do this is that we're about to go to war with the Red Sashes. Rorik keeps peace here in Crowsfoot. He makes sure that we don't kill each other. What do you think happens if he ever goes away?
Well, that's fair. I guess I can go talk to them, the dock workers and whoever you need
Yeah.
to talk to.
Jimmy, it would take a fucking miracle to ever get us and the Red Sashes to ever work together. Like, it would have to be some world-ending shit. Anyways.
Fear is a powerful motivator indeed.
So is money.
Or an ominous individual.
Possibly.
Or
Just sort of looks down at you.
or pain.
I mean, buddy, sweetie, I'm 5'5". Looking down on me is not uncommon.
Well, I assumed you were sitting down, is what you said
Oh
earlier.
no, I'm just short.
No, I thought you said you sat down in the room, though.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, he didn't sit. Silas didn't sit down though. He's just standing. So when you said that, he just kind of looked at you. So
The two other jobs I have besides those, I have another group that works for me, kind of proteges, you could say. A small group, they call themselves the Foghounds. They usually run smuggling operations for me, getting stuff into Crowsfoot for me and all that. The only issue is the Blue Coats fucking hate them. This one, I'll admit, it's a bit dangerous, but the pay is high. If you could make your way over to Brightstone, to where they keep their boats and just sink a couple of them, I pay good money. That way we can get any supplies we want over to us, no issue. It also hurt the Crows because, we control the canals.
I think one of us is pretty suited to making deals. I nudge Malice.
I have been known to make a deal or two.
The last thing I could think of is about the Red Sashes. You see, they have a few high-end drug dens here across Crowsfoot and the docks. I want them gone, kaput, destroyed. This should hurt their wallet, but we can't let them know it was us, or we'll have both the Red Sashes and Rorik's pissed at us for causing trouble. Also, if you do this, tell me what they're making, because as much as they're conniving little bastards, they do put out pretty good product and maybe some medical equipment that could be useful for the upcoming fight.
Jimmy nods a couple of times. Well, I'm definitely more suited on getting you some allies first.
All right.
That's what I'm suited for. I don't know about this tall drink of water.
I'm amenable to most situations. I'll figure something out.
Are you amenable to sunlight?
Anyways, Malice, what do you think? You willing to do something?
Sure, we can work something out. There's got to be at least a couple things we can do to make ready, as it were.
Well, I told you what my plans were. If you want me to remind you of any of them, there are quite a few of them you could have done. But if there's anything you guys are more partial to, let's see.
Above game question. So is each mission to gather allies its own deal, or can we do a couple of those at once?
So, yeah, each one is their own deal. Because to go and try to collect the lost, you would have to go the exact opposite way of the docks, and it's gonna take a while. because you had to convince both these groups to help you in some way.
Now, just so I don't get lost in information here. Which one would hurt the crows most in the long term, would you say?
In the long term?
Yeah.
Like
what loss would be harder to recover from?
That would give us more time to work on other options while they're trying to recover from that and then make it worse.
Exactly. You gotta think in the long term with this kind of stuff.
So the ones that would probably hurt the crows the most would either be trying to recruit the dockers who hate the crows and maybe destroy some of their extortion rackets over in the docks, because that hurts their wallet. Another thing that could hurt the crows would probably be maybe securing the smuggling route for the foghounds, because that means that the blue coats are also out of commission for a little bit, and they're part of the crows' best allies.
Okay. Tell Micah, above game, what do you think?
Remember, you're
So
dealing
it's-
with two factions you have to take care of here, both the Red Sashes and the Crows.
Yep.
So the general premise for each of the jobs is burn some boats, get some dock workers on your side, on the group side. What does the other two boil down to?
The other, let's see, the other three boil down to a weapons run. Pretty much make sure the Crows are prepared for a war. By stealing the weapons, you assure that they have proper swords, guns, everything they need for a fight.
In the case of that job, is it just grab as much as you can, or take everything that there is?
It's a best case scenario, take everything that there is. Worst case scenario, or at least okay scenario, take what you need and go.
Okay.
So they are escorting the guns from the White Crown District, the high end from the Imperial Army, down towards the night market. He does tell you that the people who are escorting these weapons are the railjacks. They are the people who stand on the train while it is going to other places outside of the city, and they usually keep the ghost away. They are the ones that deal with the hardships of the Deathlands.
So they'd have more than likely ghost powers.
Possibly.
They possibly have ghost powers, or at least weapons that can take care of ghost.
Yeah, I'm partial to the dock workers, 'cause that gets us an ally and it hurts them.
Yeah, I mean, that does technically make sense.
He does emphasize, though, that do not be discovered who you are.
Baz, you know it's impossible to pick me out of a crowd.
Well,
It's hard to
I
pick
think
you
he's
out of the
meaning more
crowd.
along the lines of don't let anyone know who you're working for, I believe.
Exactly.
Finding you isn't the problem, it's tracking you back to the group, I believe.
Well, Jimmy has never once said who he works for.
Don't bring them back to me, pin it on another, I don't care. Point is, we had nothing to do with it.
Exactly. All I did was I stopped him here to use the bathroom and ask for directions. By the way, I got him the toilet, didn't I?
No, the toilet
Darn
is
it!
not one of the ones you took. You took the pen and you took the candle.
Damn it! I had the fuzz on me.
You do know, though, that the toilet has kind of made a fuck ton of money. People are buying them left and right.
God damn it! Why
even
didn't Jimmy
even the
focus on
poor, even the poor
Ow.
are grabbing all the money they can to get their hands on this.
How is a toilet system working without built-in plumbing through the city?
The whole point is plumbing.
Ghosts. Toilet ghosts.
Literally, it was Do you want to go into a bucket, or do you want plumbing?
And
Everyone, everyone chose plumbing.
We quickly just decided, you know what? Go ahead, do all the construction work you want. This is important.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So yeah, I got him the pen and the candles. All right.
Yes. So it sounds like you guys want to go and do the docks.
That's what I'm in for.
Sounds like it.
Seems reasonable.
All right. So he tells you that you have 4 days for the first mission. He thinks that you won't be able to probably do all of these, but the crows plan to move in about 2 weeks' time. You would say at bare minimum 4 days. If you guys want to, you can use those 4 days to prepare beforehand, or you can go straight to it.
I have a plan where I can use like 2-3 days for. I don't think it'd take me 4.
The more days you wait, the more stuff you can do beforehand, such as talk to allies, trying to gain equipment, and other things.
I would definitely want to figure out where the extortions are, who's running them, and who are angry at them.
All right.
Jimmy would want to take the time to go make some friends, so he's already looked at more favorably, and they're more willing to be swayed in the future. If he can't do that, he wants to know exactly how the extortion is working,
So
he can think up a way around it.
Jimmy, you want to go and try to like make buddy with the dock workers? Then you're saying?
Yeah, so that way, if I need to ask him something, you're already more amenable to it.
Okay.
And that way, Jimmy and some stranger promising to solve all their problems for nothing.
Malice, you're gonna go and try to figure out where exactly all the extortion rackets are, and who runs them.
Mm-hmm. And what about Silas?
Silas.
I be able to... I'm not
Say-
sure if this overlaps with Toma's or not. I'm wondering if I can find out what the standing deals are.
I mean, keep in mind that if I fail in doing the things that I'm doing, having another person do them isn't necessarily a bad thing.
That is true.
Oh, yeah.
I would say that if you decide to assist Malice, or Malice wants to assist you, you would just gain an extra die.
Not
If-
awful.
If we can find out what the current deal is, we can then have that as a bargaining for offering a better deal.
Deal in what way?
I mean, if we find out why they're working with them, we can persuade them to work with us instead.
You guys are going for the doctors, not the other group. So the doctors hate the crows. They're angry about the extortion rackets in the docks.
Oh, so it's just telling them, hey, we don't like them either, work with us?
If you want to try to go with Jimmy and try to sway them to your side, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get that done. Because if I can, already buddy them now, then we can focus on the extortion.
This
as,
won't affect the initial roll for it, but this will, if you pull it off, guarantee that they will join you after. No swaying needed to be done.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get it so, like, hey, they already like us, and then if we take down the extortion, 2 birds.
Okay, I guess I was a little confused then, never mind. I'm not sure what I can do then, honestly.
You could find out who's doing focus on finding out who's doing the extorting. You could figure out
Yeah,
kind
so
of
pretty much
protection they're running.
anything you think would actually help make a mission like this succeed, you can do. You just roll for it. So, like, if you, say, wanted to figure out disguises for you and your group, or get a getaway vehicle or something like that, you can try
Yeah,
and procure one of those.
Yeah, remember, you can also use this to get stuff, not just information.
Is the getaway vehicle a bike?
You can outsource to different things than a bike, yes. Bikes are optional, but it is only the penny farthing bicycle.
Dear goodness, no.
Ah, damn it! I have a boat, but only one person can drive it, and he died.
I would say that with that, you can drive the boat now.
Yeah, Micah, maybe you can take that time to learn to drive my boat so we have a getaway.
I'm not gonna learn how to drive a boat.
Huh.
Well, it can be a very rewarding experience.
I'm not sure if that's a reference to anything or not, but we're gonna ignore it.
But, Micah, Kaiser ko oni, ore wa naru.
Oh god.
What?
I'm giving you the pirates. But I said it in Japanese.
Anyways.
Like I said, like you need to know, they need to not know it was bad, so if you want to go and get disguises or something, that could really help.
Yeah, that'd be really useful.
Okay, I guess I'll...
You could just find a bunch of explosives and we could blow up whatever building.
Yeah, if you wanted to go and outsource for explosives, you absolutely could.
Oh, hey, this is the building where
and
where all of their extortions run through. Gone now.
Seems like a rather large leap for Silas just to go find bombs.
Oh, it's very plausible. It's just that the tier of bomb that you would find probably won't be very great. You may be able to blow a couple walls over, but you might not bring down a building with it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just mean Silas thinks, I need a bomb. I don't think he'd be doing that. I guess I'll try and get disguises for everybody if I know where exactly we're going to be going.
All right. I will let you, depending on how you roll, I'll let you choose on some stuff. But right now, Jimmy, roll me what you're going to roll to try to bring the doctors over to your side.
You know what I'm about. What's my position and such?
You're in a controlled, limited position because you are trying to convince them to join a war.
And how much stress if I push?
2.
Taking it.
Okay.
I'm stress-free right now, so...
Oh! Unfortunately, Jimmy, as much as you try to talk to the doctors, many of them still working as you're trying to kind of just shoo you away.
It's like Law and Order.
Unfortunately, you were not yet able to get the doctors to join you. You can still attempt after such things are done, though.
I'm assuming it was a lot of yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, it was. And also, move out of the way. I'm trying to get this over there.
Stop standing on the box I'm trying to carry.
Yeah. All right. Malice, would you roll to see if you can find the locations of the dens of the gambling rackets?
I took 2 stress for this.
It do be like that sometime.
Yeah, it do.
So what's the main group of people that work the docks?
The doctors, literally the
Like,
the doctors are not a gang; they are just the workers of the docks. They are the ones who
is it
bring
just
in...
a bunch of mixed heritages or a specific group of heritage?
It's a good mixed heritage. If you're asking if there are any Cerberos there are quite a few Cerberos.
Well, I could either consort with them to try and figure out where they believe the people are coming from and setting up shop, or maybe there's a way that I could study the goings in and goings out, but that feels more like a survey. I don't really have a good way to do that.
I mean, if you want to roll like consort with them to like consort with your fellow countrymen, or as far as they're concerned, a fellow countryman, about the whereabouts of such things, that's up to you.
Yeah, I'll probably just go with that because it's probably the most obvious thing that makes sense.
All right. You're in a controlled standard position. They think nothing of you, especially you being... In fact, add a die because you are Cerberus descent, and they really like to keep to their... Like, they are a tight-knit group.
Well, we really need to know where this is.
Gonna push yourself, too?
I'm debating whether I should, because I've already got 3 dice, but so did he, and he still got a 2, a 1, and a 1.
You could always ask for a devil's bargain.
No, I'm just gonna push myself and get 2 extra dice, I guess.
Alright.
Or should I? No, screw it, I'm just doing the 1.
Alright.
I made the correct choice.
You did.
That's a 6.
At first they didn't seem too kindly towards you, looking you up and down, seeing your fancy clothes. But they started to actually look at your face and start to realize, oh shit, he's one of us. And sure enough, they tell you all about the docks. And so, I'm going to switch this over real quick to the docks. You all see it?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yes.
So, they go ahead and they mark. What's a good color? Green. They mark the locations of the extortion rackets. One right around here. And one here. And the big one right here. They also tell you about a possible red sash den right over here.
And that's like a drug den?
That's a drug den. It seems that they may frequent these places because you don't want to be sober here.
And what was the thing that they wanted us to do with their dens?
So, for the red sashes for the dens, it's the same thing. Get the fuck rid of them. You know that seems to be just a small den over here. This
So
is definitely...
So taking out that one small den probably isn't worth
It
our
would-
time.
It would hurt them without a doubt, but
But it would also put them on guard.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is definitely the main extortion racket.
Well, share the information with the people.
All right. So you now know where the extortion rackets are, which one's the main extortion racket. Unfortunately, it does not seem like you will have the help of the doctors for this mission, though.
Just a
What
question, because I would have asked about this back at Baz's place.
Mm-hmm.
If new friend Silas, if is there anything you're particularly good at? Like, for example, I'm quite, what's the word, forgettable. Micah?
The question again?
I said, is there anything you're particularly good at? Like, Jimmy is quite forgettable, hinting towards his mesmerism ability.
Well, how would he explain this? You say I take the general understanding of how people think to avoid their knowledge of me being there.
Okay, good. Sorry to interrupt, I just wanted to ask you that in character.
All right, Silas.
I sneak.
Okay. How do you acquire the disguises? And what are these disguises? Well, I'll give you an option what they are after you roll for it. But how do you obtain these disguises?
Well, would I have the information of where the places are? Would I have gotten that from Toma's character by now?
Yeah, I would say that within the 3 days, you kind of all converge and talk about what you findings and all that. Yeah, you know where the drug dens are and where the extortion rackets are.
Drug den.
Drug den, sorry, yes. Singular, not plural.
Would I have knowledge from him telling me that of the general attire in that area?
Yeah, you know about the general attire of, like, the doctors, and I would say even of the crows, or at least the ones who are working there. The crows dressed in, like, kind of suits, more of a, God, what is it, where you wear, like, a... I don't even know how to describe it. It's what Kaneki wears in Tokyo Ghoul for the first season.
I'll Google it.
It's a, like
Cool
a vest.
Oh.
Like a vest with a white shirt underneath. They kind of have these nice little round bowler hats on with feathers, black feathers up on the caps. It's a very black heavy outfit.
That.
Are
Yeah.
they like actual uniforms, or are they just the same kind of clothing?
It looks like more of the same kind of clothing. It looks semi-uniform-ish, but they're not all the same.
It's a dress code.
Yeah.
So I could reasonably just go to a store in the area and buy and get clothes of that kind, then, correct?
Yeah, you could probably easily acquire if you go about and like go through store to store grabbing like black outfit stuff.
Yeah, because I know it's heist and all that, but there's no reason to get caught just getting clothes if I can just go buy them.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
I'll just go and find the proper attire in local shops. Notably, I'm not going to buy everything at one store. I would move to different places to get small bits of everything to avoid being like, hey, this one guy is buying 3 sets of the same kind of clothes as all the people around town.
Well, that, and if you all were dressed the exact same, it probably wouldn't look too right. So,
Huh. Wow, he must spill a lot.
yeah. So, all right. Roll me something you want to do to try to find all these outfits. Add an extra die for having the clever idea of just going to different stores to buy these outfits, because it really does help.
Would you say that maybe a survey or a study, or...
I would say, yeah, survey or study roll.
Yeah, those both make sense.
Yep.
Okay, I'll just roll survey, so... Position is...
Standard controlled.
Nah, it's a skirmish. You gotta fight to get them low prices.
You gotta fight!
There's this homeless
Wait,
man
My
who...
son has to go to school tomorrow! It's picture day! Lady, I don't care!
Pulls out a gun.
Ma'am,
Picture
this is a
this.
Wendy's.
Picture this. Pulls gun.
And effect is...
Standard. Very
Okay.
easy to just go around and buy clothes.
And you said I get a bonus die?
Yep, add 1 bonus die. You can also push yourself for an extra die if you want, or you can ask for a devil's bargain, and where I will give you...
No.
No one
Wow,
ever
my
takes
God.
it.
I
choice,
did. What are
though.
you talking about?
Toma took 1, and I appreciate it.
Jordan, because they're scary.
6. Yeah. You do a very good job in making these the disguises. When you all try them on later, even Baz kind of nods his head with, yeah, all right, I like it. As you all very much look like crows.
Now, if anybody catches us and we get away, we'll seem to be dressed as anybody else in the area, making it much harder to locate us, or for anyone to describe us.
And with that, the time has come for the actual heist. Because you have all prepared, you have your disguises, you know the locations. The doctors, unfortunately, though, we're not on your side. Yet. So let's see.
Usually Jimmy doesn't roll this bad.
You've done 1 roll.
Yep.
I've done 2.
So what I'm thinking
And
is
you
maybe
succeeded
we
on
should
one.
go for one of the smaller ones first, to get them to draw some of their forces away from the main one, and then hit the main one.
I will say, depending on how you hit these will depend on the, severity of how much they guard the other ones, or, what to do. And also, like, how obvious is it? Does someone just throw a Molotov cocktail on the front door, or does someone accidentally leave the stove on for too long,
Hopefully the second one.
So, tell me, what is this kind of heist? Is this an assault, do violence to a target? A deception, lure, trick, or manipulate? Stealth, trespass unseen? An occult, engage in a supernatural power? Social, negotiate, bargain, or persuade? Or a transport, carry cargo or people through danger?
I think it's
Are there gas stoves in this world?
Very early formed. Like a very primitive type. So, if you're wondering, can you actually do that? Yes, you can actually leave the stove on.
Then that is
Cool. What if we didn't actually leave the stove on, but instead just like left the gas running and then just left a cigar and a lighter in the room for someone to pick up and use?
That's why I was thinking like trespass unseen sounds like.
You would definitely smell the gas. You would definitely smell the gas. Alright. So what was it you guys said this was a type of...
I think it's either gonna be trespass unseen or one of the other, like, more stealthy ones. I don't think we're going.
I mean, we don't necessarily want to get caught, so yeah, stealthy would probably be the way to go.
So you're more just wearing the disguises as a in case of emergency.
Yeah, in case we are seen, we look like we're supposed to be there.
All right. Item loadout. Choose your character's load. Are they going in light, normal, or heavy?
I'm only doing normal.
Given what Jimmy knows about these people, how do they normally carry themselves?
It is a mixture. Typically, you wouldn't see a crow going in heavy unless they were actually on a mission, but light or normal. Light is very likely, but normal wouldn't bat too many eyes.
I'll keep light for Jimmy.
Okay. Malice?
Let's see. So each one of these boxes is a tick for the load, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't have to decide now.
Yep. It's whatever you decide at the moment you think it would be needed.
I'm gonna go normal.
Normal? All right. Ooh. Engagement roll. So we add one die for sheer luck. Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
Sounds like it.
I would say so. You're about to go fuck with a really large gain in hopes that they don't discover it was you. Is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors? Kinda, yeah. You are trying to hit up multiple places in one night. So that's -1 die. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say so. Yeah. That's an extra die. Is the target strongest against this approach, or do they have particular defenses or special preparations?
I think they're neutral. I think this would be a neutral.
Yeah, they don't really have a special particular defense to this. I guess
Expecting some guys just to walk in and bomb the place?
No, they're not. In fact, that's like probably one of the least likely things that they think would happen. Can any friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
We didn't get the people.
Hold on. I got a list of people Jimmy knows.
You would have had to have contacted them before.
Flashback.
All right.
I mean, did what I did not count?
Actually, it would count. Yes.
Yeah, I'll say that. Okay, that's better than what I was thinking.
That's a good point. Are enemies
I literally did that. What are you talking about?
Are enemies or rivals interfering in the operation? Kind of.
No. I wouldn't say they're actively doing it. Because no one knows this is happening but 4 people.
All right. We won't count that then. Are there any other elements that you want to consider?
Helium.
I don't think so. And with that, I need one of you. I'm gonna. How about Silas, since this is your
That's it.
first
I
time?
nominate
I was gonna say it
Micah.
has to be Micah.
How about
Can't
you
make
roll
me do
me
anything.
2d6 to determine how well this goes from the start for you guys.
Great.
6.
Pretty well.
Yeah, it does go pretty well. And with that, we start the heist. Which, can someone mark on the map where is the first place you want to hit up?
Toma.
Do we want to do the thing I said where we hit one of the smaller ones
Yeah,
first and
start
draw them
small,
away?
build up, so we spread them thin.
Reasonable decision.
I mean, if we're trying to, we're originally coming from the
Crow's foot / the night
crow's
market.
foot, so maybe we should hit the one that's furthest away from us first.
Yeah, so we can get him on our way out. But isn't the one furthest from? Oh yeah, the
Well,
one furthest from us are.
The furthest
is,
one would be this one.
This one.
Yeah.
That would be the furthest. This would be the second furthest, and this is the closest to your to Crow's Foot.
Yeah, okay, so we hit that one. This one last.
Well, I mean, do we have to hit them all on one night necessarily?
It's more of just make it enough damage.
Yeah.
And keep in mind that after we do this, they're gonna have their defenses way up.
Yeah.
Oh,
so we
yeah,
gotta
I
get
guess
what we can get.
All right. So, as you guys approach the first small extortion racket, it goes pretty smoothly. You kind of just walk towards the back of it. There are a few crows that do see you, but don't even mind. They just seem to give you a small nod as you walk by. You are currently at the back of the the extortion racket building. The door seems to be unlocked, and there is no guard. What do you do?
So, is there anyone in it?
In the extortion racket area?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know if we were like inside already.
Well, we're looking at a closed door, so.
You're looking at
Okay,
you're at,
right.
at a closed. You're outside. It's a closed, unlocked door. No one around.
Now,
Is there a window near the door at all that we could peek in?
yeah.
There is in fact a little porthole on the door that you can kind of look through.
What would the roll be just to walk past and glance in the window to see if there's anyone immediately in the room you going through the door?
I mean, what do you want to roll for that?
Let's say I think you can justify even prowl if you're just trying to do it unnoticed.
I would
I
say
would-
that.
I would
yeah.
ask for either prowl or one of the study or surveys because I'm trying to gain knowledge from the immediate area.
I think any of those would do. Yeah. So roll whichever one you want.
I'm gonna do
Yeah.
prowl because I get more dice.
All right. I say you are in a controlled standard condition.
How many dice?
Uh,
0 or
I wouldn't say you get any bonus dice for this.
okay. I'm basically just trying to walk by as if I'm just meandering around and happen to look through the window to see if anyone's immediately in that first room through the door.
Okay.
That's a 2 and a 4.
So
four.
four is a success with a slight complication.
That's good.
So you look through the door, and it doesn't seem to be anyone back there in the hallway. You do hear some chattering off to a hall in like a side room to your left. It seems to be one of the rooms that people are currently gambling in. as of right now, give me a minute. I need to turn down that music because it's actually making me have a
little
hard time
loud, yeah.
concentrating. Yeah. There we go.
But you gotta get your game on.
I'm gonna have a much easier time if it's slower for me. All right. So.
Oh no, not Solomon.
Yeah. So you look through. No one seems to be there. No one has noticed you. The complication is going to be.
Jimmy pulls out his gun. There's a traitor.
It's Toma. I saw him vent.
That's funny.
He was doing his task.
I'm gonna call this
Dying.
nighttime. This clock. So we're gonna start one, and this is gonna be because I'm assuming you're doing this at night to be as least seen as possible.
Yep. Same time everyone's taking out their trash.
We're gonna start a clock. It's gonna be an 8-segment clock, and this is how long the night will last.
Oh, this is scary.
I'm going to start the clock. I'm not going to tick any boxes of the clock.
Oh, okay.
Where can we see the clock?
No.
So no, I have it written here on the paper. I will tell you whenever I fill in a segment of the clock, or if I will ever start a new one. At any time, you can ask me what the clocks are.
Okay.
This is what puts a fire under you guys to start moving.
I just pull up the sleeve on my wrist, and there's just 4 watches. Man, I really need to set all these together.
They're all different time zones. You're like, that's weird. We don't have those anymore. Anyways.
You must have a heavy arm.
Yes, the back door though. No one is guarding it. No one seems to be in the hallway on the inside.
I'll just make a motion of like left side. I hear people.
Okay, Jimmy's gonna walk in.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in. Also, what does it seem that those people are doing?
Do you look in there?
He'll maybe glance in as he's walking through, like he knows where he's going.
All right. You see, a member of the Crows kind of sitting at this table. You see across from him, sitting on the other side, is a bunch of dock workers. All of them seem to be holding cards in their hands. You can see from this moment, though, that the Crow member, who is obviously the head of the table here, seems to be slipping some cards in and out, kind of playing up the hand to get a better hand.
So he's cheating.
Yes, it's a distortion racket. They are extorting these people.
Anyone in there smoking?
Yeah. There's a hefty smoke in the air. The place reeks of cigars even.
Cool, even better actually. Now we just need to find a gas line and turn it on and walk out.
If they have one. But yeah. What do?
Okay,
I guess...
so bro, this might be a little vague, and so just tell me if it's too vague, okay?
Okay.
I basically want to observe people to get a better feel for like the mannerisms of this place.
Observe who? The doctors or the workers?
Same people were dressed as. That way I can like, hey,
Okay.
are you supposed to be here? I can confidently lie.
All right, that's fine. I
would like to study any of the appliances or other things like knobs on the wall that may be used for heating to figure out where a gas line is that may be able to be opened.
All right. Jimmy, roll what you want to roll. Malice, you tell me what you want to roll too.
Mine is a study.
Mine is also a study.
Actually, no,
Can
sorry.
I
Survey.
attempt to
I am doing
see-
survey.
Can I attempt to tell if there's anyone else in any of the other immediate rooms besides the people playing cards? Like if I hear walking around upstairs or chatting down the hallway?
Okay, so Jimmy, you're gonna go and see if you can memorize particular movements or anything that might help you blend in more.
Yep.
Malice, you are going to see if you can find any kind of electrical appliances or anything that might help light a spark and get this place ablaze.
No, the spark is like they're in there smoking. When the gas gets to them, they're gonna
You're
smell it.
looking to see if there's a
Already-
gas line.
Yeah, because by the time they smell it, it's already at their cigars that they have lit already.
That is true.
In this case,
Silas,
It'll literally be, you guys smell gas? Oh, fuck!
Silas, you're trying to get the layout of the building, figure out where the rooms are.
Yeah, kind of. Also, sort of was trying to see if there's other people in here, if I hear walking around upstairs or anything, just so we know how many people we're dealing with at this given time.
All right.
Yeah. Go for
Jimmy,
the
you roll
surveyor
first. Yep, survey sounds,
Because I'm surveying their behavior.
I would say you would need something more like a study, because surveying is just you're glancing at them. Studying is you are actively trying to learn what they're do.
What about consort? No, that wouldn't work.
If you wanted to try to consort with one of them and like just talk to them and get information out of a crow, you could probably do so. Yes.
Yeah, just because I want to, like, if I get caught, I'm looking for guy I talked to.
Yeah, I would say you could do that.
So, riskier, what's the deal?
I would say definitely a. Risky standard, because by actively interacting with them, you are
5.
5. Okay. You do go up to them. You talk to one. They look at you and they go, fucking long night.
I also offer him a cigarette.
Oh, thank you. You, what's your, are you,
They,
name, what's your name?
they just call me Brown Eyes. I ain't much for names, and
Oh,
that's
it's,
the family life.
I get it, alias, alright, brown eyes, got it. What's up?
I just, stretching my legs. I've been sitting too long, and just real boring tonight, real quiet.
Oh yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? It's one of the smaller dens, rackets, you know.
Oh, I mean, do good enough here. I get moved over to Stafford Street one day.
Huh. Good luck with that. I've been working this one for 3 years now. Been trying to get over there myself.
I mean, you got any tips on how to act like I belong there? Like act for the job you want.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. When you talk to one of the higher ups, they don't tell you this until you really get there. There's just a small little salute that you can do.
Okay.
It's kind of a thing of respect. You reach up to your hat and you kind of tip a feather to him.
Good to know. That way I ain't gonna look like some doofus.
Yeah, they get the guys all the time. Yeah. Anyways, I need to get back in there. These suckers giving me everything they got. One guy just
Go in.
One guy just put his mother up for bets.
You go in. I'm gonna sit out here a little bit. Don't want my leg to fall asleep in case we gotta chase somebody.
Nah, I doubt that. All right. And he kind of heads back in. You got your piece of information.
Mm-hmm.
Malice, roll me what you would like to try to find a gas line.
What's the position and whatever?
I would say you were at a controlled limited. No, control standard. It's a small building. And you're just kind of wandering around looking at stuff.
And I assume I wouldn't get any bonuses, anything.
Nope. Also, for Jimmy's roll, for the 5, I'm going to start a clock. And this is going to be for Discovered.
Are you for no ticks yet?
It's going to be a 6-segment clock, and you are going to get a tick.
And I argue for no ticks. No, you're getting one.
You can argue for it, but you'll lose.
This will be specifically, as of right now, just for this den.
Not very get your game on.
Oh, that's a 4.
4. That is,
Hey,
luckily for you, is a
fine.
success with a complication. You kind of follow the pipelines, and you do see in the back further, you can see this kind of waiters area. There does seem to be some appliances in there at the moment. One of them definitely looks like a control to a gas, for at least the stove. However, the complication is that currently there are 2 Crow members just kind of sitting around in there, and one of them is even, in fact, using the stove.
Good to know, though. I'll reconvene for now and see if anyone else has ideas.
Right. Silas, you were exploring.
Yes. Trying to judge how many other people are in this building in case things go sideways.
All right. What do you want to roll for that?
How big is this building?
It's
Like,
not,
is it
not very
2-story,
big.
3-story? What?
It's about a 1-story building. It's very small.
Okay.
It's, I would say, position controlled standard for whatever you want to roll.
I guess it would be a survey because I'm just trying to see how many people are here.
All right.
I keep burping and I'm not meaning to. It's a 5.
5. That is a success, though, with a complication. All right. You.
Oh no, my shoe's untied.
You do get a idea of the layout of the building. It seems to be the back room of the kitchen, the hallway, a back room with an office, and then 3 front rooms of different, each one with a different crow running a racket.
Okay, so there's
3 rooms for the racket. The
so
hallway.
there's 3 crows.
There's
in-
three.
There's
There
1
are
crow in each room.
one crow in each room, 2 in the kitchen, and you can hear 1 more in the what seems to be a managerial office.
So there is
6.
at least 6 crows in here, not counting any current patrons bedding as well.
The patrons seem to be. I mean, the patron count is they got about 15 people in here.
A lot of people in a small building. Anyways, I doubt the patrons necessarily would try to attack us necessarily, so.
No, the patrons seem to be there after a long day of work, just gambling.
Okay. So, roughly 6 hostile people in the building with the 3 of us.
Yes. 3 seemed very occupied, 2 seem to be on break, and 1 seems to be in the office alone.
Okay. Then whenever we quote-unquote reconvene, I'll just make a motion of 6 with my hands and tip my hat.
All right. The complication is, on your way back, the one man does emerge from the office, looks at you, and he goes, "Oh, you must be the new guy. Get in the kitchen. We need sandwiches for the guests. They're ordering like crazy."
Sandwiches. Sorry.
Very
sorry.
well, and I'll make my way to the kitchen.
Is this before or after I managed to tell him about the situation with that?
It would be during. So this is all happening at once.
Okay.
So, Jimmy, you just got that tip of information. Malice, you just figured out what the gas line is, and you would at least pass Silas as he is being told to go to the kitchen.
Okay. As I pass them, would I be able to perform that special salute and like emphasize like important action? Or no?
If you want to go up and talk to the guy, you definitely could.
Well, I meant like I meant these two, like my guys.
You could probably tell us that on the way over to the other location.
As long as I tell
Yeah,
them.
you would all cross each other in the hallway. I would say that Malice and Jimmy, you two know about it. Silas, you were told to get to the kitchen. So
Okay.
Jimmy was not able to tell you, but Silas, you would be able to at least get the information from Malice about the stove.
Okay. It's good to know. So, are those two people still in the kitchen whenever I go in there?
Yeah, one of them seems to be kind of asleep in the chair, and the other guy is literally making himself a grilled cheese sandwich.
Well, that
Okay.
doesn't take that long. Then that means we'll probably have him alone with the oven for after a couple minutes.
He said he was taking orders. Is there a place where the orders are listed?
Yeah, it'd be smart to find.
Yes, you do know that one of the crows, the guy who is currently sleeping, kind of has a notebook on next to him. It seems to be for taking orders. But you also see a sign next to the kitchen saying "closed for the night." It seems the time for eating's passed. It's
How is
just
I
that
told to go to the kitchen.
because they haven't eaten. You're here to make food for them.
Oh, okay.
This guy just got too hungry and decided to make his own damn food.
Okay. He said sandwiches. If I look in the fridge, what sort of things do I have to work with?
There wouldn't really be a fridge, but there is like a cellar area, like not much of a cellar, really, just a cold hole in the ground that you can pull stuff out of. But as you do see an array of goat meat, some cheeses,
Okay.
some poorly kept bread.
I have a question.
Okay.
I have a thing listed on here called Silence Potion Vial. That's not necessarily what I'm meaning to use, but potion means that there's other things like that. I'm basically asking, could I have poison on my person and then make all this food poison and
Well,
give it to
now-
the crows?
Keep in
That would
mind,
backfire,
this
I think.
food that they're wanting you to make is for the dock workers that are here gambling.
No, the dock workers are done. The
Oh,
food
so
that
it's
the food that they want to make, they are ordering him to make the workers' food.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where I was confused at first because you said they were ordering food, and I'm like, okay, I'm making food
My
for
bad.
the people who are gambling.
No, you're good,
My
you're
bad.
good.
But then
Well,
you said for the
the
workers.
the workers are ordering the food because they still have to work.
But the food I am making is going to the crows, correct?
Yes. I will
Okay.
say, though, I will remind you all, death is taken seriously in this game. If you kill,
Yeah.
the bell in the town will ring, signifying that someone has died, and a crow will be dispatched to the area of the body.
Yep. Like
The spirit wardens will
Wait,
show
why
up
were you
shortly.
guys talking about blowing the place up?
You have
We
to
can
you-
get people out.
Yeah, you have to get people out and this building down. If people die in the process, well, that's gonna
Yeah,
add
no, it
some
is
things after, but
impossible
it's
to get away with murder.
Oh, I just had a brilliant idea, but I don't know how to tell Toma's character about it. Or I guess AJ's character about it.
I recommend verbally.
Problem
I
is you're
mean,
not
we
near
saw
me.
we saw you go into the kitchen after that guy leaves. We can just go in there.
and you also know that the upper guy told you to. They saw him tell you to go to the kitchen to make food.
Okay, because above game, my thought is, okay, what if I get these two out of the kitchen, quote unquote, start making the food, and one of you comes in and says, hey, do you smell gas? And then we both kind of freak out and yell for everybody to get out.
Oh, the gas being smelled isn't necessarily the problem. The problem would be if the gas spreads, so they would rush to turn it off.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess.
The best thing you could do would be, so you got like the stove in the kitchen. The gas valve broke would be the best way to do it. That way, you can't just turn it off.
You're also all assuming that you have to use the gas. You're in a very dry wood building.
Maybe I just want to.
I mean, yeah, we could just start a fire and then yell fire and tell everybody to get out, but they might just try to put out the fire.
Not if we light a fire in several locations.
Yeah, say multiple fires would be the best way to do it. Broden, would just a simple lighter require takeoff of load?
Yes.
Okay. With that logic,
I won't
demolition
discourage you,
tool-
though.
I mean, we don't necessarily need a lighter. We have the stove if we want to just light a piece of cloth.
Just light a piece of cloth that's covered in lard or something and then just splat it against the wall.
I have the pantry.
Planning too much. Keep going.
Planning too much.
They're not there to plan with you. This is your
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, unless the guy's sitting there watching him make the food, he probably would have left and we would go in there.
No,
I
he's
mean,
got
I go in there and I'm just sort of looking through the pantry while this guy's making the grilled cheese. Is he almost done making his grilled cheese?
Yeah, he's very close to being done.
Quick, Micah, put his face in the hot pan.
No.
If you had to guess, there'd be a circle that's about 90% full above his head.
Yeah.
The other guy's asleep. This guy's almost done. I'm just gonna kind of grab some stuff and act like I'm checking the things as I'm laying it out on a table.
All right.
Jesus, Toma, it's like he's a sim.
So you, are you gonna?
What if
Dork.
what if we just made the sandwiches and started working for them?
Jimmy would have to shoot you.
You didn't make a deal. He doesn't have to you, so.
That is true. I would say if that was the case, the heist would end as a failure, but you may be able to switch sides.
We have a new career in a sandwich shop. We're done.
That'd be just like the most funny thing ever. It's like we end up as double agents, but we just are just sort of there and no one's questioning it because we've been there for a while.
Either way, at this point, Malice and Jimmy, what are you two doing? Your friend has been told to get into the kitchen. And the apparently manager of this place is now just kind of standing out in the hallway, looking at everything, kind of watching the extortion rackets. Extort.
I kill him, kidding.
I would imagine that the dude may have some sort of way to clear the building in his office.
Not sure if they have
Oh,
fire
I know what
alarms
Jimmy
here.
wants to do.
So Malice, are you going to try to see if you can enter his office?
I wouldn't mind it.
Okay. Are you going to try to sneak into the office, or are you just going to try to stroll in there like you own the place?
He said his office is upstairs, right?
No, his office
single floor.
is... Yes, it's a single floor building. His office is about a couple feet to the left of him.
So, Broden, you know what Jimmy wants to do? Jimmy wants to find a way to lock or block most exits.
Why? Then people wouldn't be able to get out.
Oh wait, we want them to get out. Never mind.
We just had this conversation.
We
Sorry.
specifically don't want people to die because apparently that's bad.
Jimmy bars all the exits. I was like, oh man, well, soon they'll run out any moment. They're gonna what?
Sorry, I played Turok this week. My mind is on burn.
Okay, Malice, what are you gonna roll to try to get into the office?
Oh, I know what I can do. Okay. I have an actual...
I would like to tell... Well, you tell me what you're wanting to do first.
So, if we're gonna do the whole, like, gas leak thing, I want to start spreading false suspicions of like, you smell gas? Nah, I guess it's just me. And get that on people's minds of, oh, we should leave.
So kind of get it in the murmurings of both the patrons and the workers.
Yeah, start a rumor.
All right. What would
Like
you like to
what?
roll for that?
I heard a rumor.
Sway
Nah.
someone with charm, logic, deception, or bluff.
Okay.
So swear.
Very well.
What are my positions, sir?
Controlled limited because you're starting
Yeah,
a
like-
rumor.
It's a rumor, it's not blatant fact. And because I look like staff, do I get a bonus? I don't think I do, but
no.
I
I would not say.
Three! These are the murmurings of a madman. Don't look at me. Or is 3
That-
with complication?
No. 3 is failure.
Yeah, so these are the murmurings of a madman. Don't look at me.
The man who runs the den looks at you strangely. I'm gonna take 2 boxes of discovered. It is now halfway.
While he's looking at Jimmy, that's when I'm gonna try and get past him to his office.
All
Look at
right.
that distraction.
Add a d6 because yes, he would actually be like trying to look at Jimmy like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's what I was
his
waiting
attention is away.
That's not what it looks like. My brother
I
died.
think this has to be a problem though.
Oh yeah.
yeah, it was gonna be a problem. What's the position and
Risky controlled. No, risky standard, sorry. As it's very risky for you to be trying to do this, but he is distracted.
And then +1 dice. for
Oh.
three.
You kind of-
We suck at this.
you open the door to the office as you hear the loud click of the doorknob. The man, as he's kind of looking at you, Jimmy, kind of goes, "What?" Turns around, sees you, Malice, and goes, "What are you doing?"
What's he doing?
Sorry, boss. Think I got a little turned around.
Yes, you have. That's my office.
Jimmy has something he'd like to do here to help sell the fact that I don't know this guy.
I'm going to tick 2 more boxes. You are 1 away from being discovered. This man is highly suspicious of you.
Then I probably shouldn't pull a gun on Malice. Should I kill him?
You know, he sort of looks at the guy. You know what? I think I'm just gonna. And he steps into the room, closes the door.
I literally just look at him and pull my gun.
And as soon as I get as soon as I get in there, I'm pulling out the vial of slumber essence and I'm waiting.
Should we go talk to that guy? I pull my gun just to act like I'm about to be his backup. Should we go talk to him?
Jimmy, roll something to try to sell this.
Swear. Risky limited. Let's go.
Would you... I'm going to call this desperate, as you are now both very suspicious and you're trying to convince him to go into a room with you and the other guy alone. Desperate, limited.
Yep.
Would you like a devil's bargain?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I get 1 bonus die, or do I just win?
If you
Just
you-
just that moment of, well, that didn't go how I expected. Fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, fuck it.
If-
let's go.
you do this and you succeed and he goes into the room with you and Malice, as soon as if anything bad happens to him, the people in the kitchen will at least hear that something just happened. They will not know, but they are at least
It's fine. We got a guy in the kitchen. I'm down to clown. So yeah, what do I do? Do I have a
What's
bonus
going
die?
on either, though?
you don't.
Good,
Add-
that'll sell it even more.
Add a d6. You can also push yourself if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'll take the 2. This is really big. 6! I didn't need to. Fuck 6 though.
No, but you also got 2 2s, so that could have been really
Yeah.
bad. All right. He kind of looks at you and goes, "Yes, come on, something's not right here."
Okay, I walk up behind him like I'm about to back him up, knowing if I will, I will pistol whip him up the head.
I will say that your faces are still somewhat obscure because of the disguises.
Also, he forgets Jimmy.
He
Mesmerism.
does forget Jimmy.
Ah!
Jimmy, you go up behind him, and he almost turns his head. He goes, and then he kind of just looks at the office and pulls out.
Are we not doing this?
He doesn't realize you're there even. Like he
Okay,
he
good.
thinks he's alone again. So he pulls out a knife and he starts walking towards the door.
Wait, I thought it was just he didn't remember what. I thought that ability was just they don't remember what he looks like. They forget
Nope,
about
they
him entirely.
forget Me.
Yeah, they
They
forget
know a
him.
guy was there, but the identity.
I would
of
say
Jimmy
they
is
know that there is somebody
Yeah.
behind him who he has agreed to do something. So Jimmy,
Yeah,
as of
there-
right now, he does not think there's a suspicious person backing him. He just thinks there's a person who is backing him.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not they forget that they were convinced. It's they forgot who did it.
Yes.
Okay.
Jimmy, you enter the room with a guy. He immediately spots you, Malice, and he goes, "All right, now who are you?
Fluorescence in his face.
How would you?" All right, roll something for that.
What do I roll?
Actually,
Oh,
actually, I'm gonna say because that's one of your yes, I believe yeah your bioluminescence. You no longer have that. It's gone.
Okay.
But sure enough, he goes, I
try to catch him before he falls.
unfortunately, due to the devil's bargain, you don't, and slams onto the ground. Suddenly, Silas, as you are in the kitchen, you hear a loud thud as both the guy who is asleep goes, and the guy who is currently just finishing off his grilled cheese sandwich, I should say eating it,
Does anyone know a skeleton doctor?
kind of just looks towards the office, which is on the other side of the wall, and he goes, "Do you hear that?" And look at the guy who's tired is like, "What? What's going on?"
Sounded like someone ran into a wall.
Malice looks at Jimmy. He brought me in here to talk to me about something, and he fainted.
He brought. I think this guy just collapsed. He must be starving.
Is there just a knife for cutting the bread?
Yeah, there's a couple knives in there.
I'm gonna grab one of the knives, and I'm gonna, to the other two people, I'm gonna hold up my finger like, shh, and I'm gonna stealth my way over there.
One of them is going to come with you,
Oh, darn it. Okay.
Quick, cut his dick off.
but do you
No,
roll?
this is perfect because if we convince him that he passed out, then maybe there's a reason he passed out, and maybe we got to drag him outside.
Hell, I guess.
Am I getting the grilled cheese guy or the guy who is asleep? Because this matters.
Grilled cheese guy. The guy who's asleep is
Okay,
so
yo.
groggy.
Grilled
Darn it.
cheese guy, he out there, he got ambition. I like grilled cheese guy.
Okay.
Been with the company for 3 years. Anyways.
If we just look down the hallway, do we see anything out of place?
I mean, besides the main door, slightly ajar from.
Does the fluorescence leave residue?
Roll me a d6, odd or even.
Even. Oof.
Yes, it does.
Cool.
Can I wipe it off him?
There's a blue residue. If you can find something to wipe it off him, absolutely.
His own shirt.
It'd be on your shirt.
On his shirt.
It would still be on the shirt.
The inside.
He was doing drugs, I swear.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, we could just pass it off as him doing drugs.
Narcotic.
Gosh damn, I shouldn't have said that. All right.
I should not have said that.
I had a Hagrid moment. I'm like, oh, that's because part of me is like, that's hilarious. I'm like, wait, that's actually really good. Fuck.
Yep. I'm gonna get it on his sleeve. You know, like when people do coke, they rub their nose like that.
All right.
I'm specifically gonna be in front of this guy because I have a knife.
Yeah.
Rumble, rumble, coke
he
boy.
you do see him pull out a blunt, like don't even know how to describe it. Like pretty much a leg of a chair.
Oh, so does he wield the grilled cheese?
No, he's finished that off. He is
This is not the
energized.
TF2 sandwich.
This is literally gonna be.
He's got
This is literally gonna be the boss brought me in here to talk about something. Then he did a hit at something I didn't recognize, and he fell over.
this man
Okay.
got
Alright.
the stealth, the
So-
burning hot cast iron.
You two enter the room because unless you really want to stealth in there.
If I stealth so well, can I be... No, that'd be dumb. I was gonna say, can I stealth so well I'm suddenly behind the other guy? That I don't know.
As
That's teleportation.
Yeah.
as they open up the door, I'm looking at Jimmy just being like, "What do you think it was?"
Well, I hope it was Silas.
No,
Yes,
no,
Sil-
like I'm doing that as though like maybe we were discussing what it was that he took a hit of that made him pass out.
I don't know, but he got this blue vial out, just started sniffing it up, and suddenly... Help me
Sil-
out. I helped get him behind his desk.
I mean, we've
So-
opened the door to
yeah.
y'all talking. I'm
Silas,
understanding it.
yeah, Silas, you walk in to see the guy on the ground, this blue powder on him, as both Malice and Jimmy are kind of standing over him. They are, with concerned looks though, doing the act of, oh, well, what do you think it was? As they did hear
And
you
don't do
coming.
drugs.
The man behind you though, Silas, goes, what's going on in here? Why is he on the floor?
Boss
I don't
brought me
know,
in here
it
to
was
talk
just-
about something. He took a hit of something I didn't recognize, and I was on the floor. What happened?
Yeah, and then he just like, pass the hell out. We are just confused.
I need both of you to roll a sway, or one of you to lead a group action of sway.
I'm pretty stressed out.
I,
so I'm just
I'll
gonna-
lead it because I've got the stress to spare.
Yeah.
I'm also the one that kind of came up with the idea.
So what's our position?
You are in a desperate attempt.
What? Standard?
I will say standard, as it's not the most insane thing to say that a racketeer guy was doing drugs as well.
Okay, and submit.
If you guys want,
Or
okay, either one of you can try to push yourself or anything.
Push myself gives me 1 dice, right?
Yes, you can
Mhm.
also ask for Devil's
Okay.
Bargain.
And what happens when I don't have any pips in this skill?
So you roll 2, take the lowest result. If you push yourself, you roll 1, and you just take it.
Okay.
I will mind you, Jimmy got at least a 4, so you have a pass, but with a partial complication.
He's probably gonna
Okay.
call all the people in here.
And what happens if I fail this? With
Wait.
This 4?
I have an idea. Can Micah also roll? Because he would know who we are and know to back us up. Like, I don't know. That makes sense.
Yes, but that just means that there's more risk of Malice taking stress.
Micah, do you have any points in sway?
No.
Never mind.
So
I
what
have
what
insight and
happens-
prowess at stuff. I do not have any resolve.
If you roll and you fail, you will take Jimmy's 4, which is a pass with a slight complication.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll it then.
Okay.
Freeze.
Okay. You get a 4 then. Also mark 2 stress on your sheet. Since Jimmy rolled a 4, you only take 2.
Cool.
The guy looks at him and goes, oh, "Not again." Get him up in this chair.
I was just gonna ask. Should we get him up? Because this seems
Yes.
undignified. I'm gonna get him in his chair. Is there like a handkerchief or something on his desk or on his person?
Yes, there is. There's one on
Okay,
his
I'm gonna
desk.
use it to basically wipe off his face. You know, we don't want anyone coming in thinking he was a crack addict.
No, but I'm gonna have to report this to the boss again.
Well, how's this? I'll do it. I'll report him. Not why you didn't leave this place unattended.
I tend to. If he's out of it, then we at least have to limit how many people we have in here. I'm gonna
Second,
go
so
shut
I'll
down
take-
2 of the rackets.
So if we need to limit the amount of people we got in here, how about this? I'll take this guy. Point to the
Hey,
two.
AJ, he's saying he's gonna close 2 of the rackets and send those people out. That's what we want.
That is what I'm saying. Complication is that nighttime is going to tick up.
Okay, how about this then? I point to Malice and Silas. Have these guys go deliver the closer message. They're tall. They got long legs. They'll run faster.
No. Unless you're trying to sway him, he's saying no. They know me. I'm gonna get the 2 shut down. I'm gonna have them come in here. You guys you're new here, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was working like a block or 2 away.
All right.
I was about to make sandwiches.
We still need those. You go make the sandwiches. He points to you, Malice. Go help him. Tell Timothy that he needs to come in here to help with this. Me and him will nurse him back to health. The other 2 will deliver the message. Timothy is the man who is passed out in the kitchen.
I figured.
So that is what he is asking you to do.
Okay.
Cool. What if we just told him to take that you said he could take the night off?
You're gonna try to convince this guy to just leave?
I mean,
No, the passed out guy.
Oh. I mean,
Yeah.
you can try. He did ask you to have him come to the office, though.
Yeah,
I know that that's what he said, but the guy in the kitchen doesn't know that that's what he said.
All right. If you want to try, go right ahead.
I'm not saying we do that. That's just an option.
It is an option, but neither of us have sway.
No,
Yeah.
we do not.
Unless you want to take Jimmy, and I'll leave through the kitchen. And by the way, Broden, when we leave the room, since I did successfully sway him, doesn't know me.
All right. In which case, Jimmy, as you leave, he believes that some guy is going out, but it wasn't you.
And now I can go to the kitchen with y'all.
That is true.
Hey, oh, Jimmy.
So you all enter the kitchen. Timothy is there. He looks like he's halfway back asleep again.
Okay.
You do hear outside the man now trying to shut down 2 of the extortion rackets, apologizing to the clientele, etc., etc.
Silas just kind of pantomimes to both of you, what the heck?
He makes a gesture that means improvising.
He puts his hand up to his forehead and shakes his head.
Hey, we almost got caught. Would you rather us do that, or would you rather us knock the guy out? On the plus side, they don't know me.
I'll remind you, you are still 1 tick away from Discover.
Yeah,
Yep.
it very much was either they discover us, or because I've got 0 way out of that situation, or we knock the guy out.
So,
I considered using my silence potion and then just knocking him out, but I don't. Is that an ingestible thing?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know how to force feed
Rodan.
somebody.
I mean, I can tell you. Broden, so the guy who, because he told me to go deliver a report to the bosses, would he have at least told me his name so they know who it's coming from?
You're not reporting to the bosses.
No.
Oh, I misread that.
Okay. You are to help him while he goes shut down the 2 rackets. You are to watch the boss, is what he wanted.
But you walked out of the room.
Yes, because you swayed him, he completely forgot about you. So while he's going to while he's shutting down the 2 rackets, he believes there's just someone in there. You 2 are in the kitchen to make the sandwiches and to send the other guy to the office as well.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna wake the guy up and just be like, "Hey, yo, guy,
Yeah. What?
Gonna be.
What?
at home. We don't need someone sleeping on the job.
Wait, really? The boss sounded good?
No, boss taking a nap himself. You're good."
Roll me a sway.
Squints.
If any
I'm right. He
Any-
is taking a nap.
any of you can back him up with an assist, where you take 1 stress, but he rolls an extra die.
I'll do
Eh?
it.
What's my effect? Because I assume I know my position.
Yes, you are in a risky position.
That's what I assume.
I have a question, AJ. Why are we not just sending him to the other guy?
Because then
And more
we've
people
got 2
out.
people in there trying to wake up the boss, and we're trying to get people out of here.
Yep. So we can burn it the hell down.
And if he comes in here looking for the dude, we can say that he ran for it or something.
hmm
And then he'll go out looking for him, and then we just have to drag the boss out and light the place up.
And the one other table that's still operating.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure once we light a fire, the table's gonna book it.
Yeah. So what's my effect?
The effects, I would say standard, because you do have a good story for this.
And does any of you want to take 2 stress to help me?
You take 1 stress to help.
I
One
already
stress.
took a stress to help you.
Micah, would you mind? Because he's been in here with you. You'd be a good person to back me up. Remember, stress is a resource to pay, so you will recover it later.
Yeah, I guess I'll pay 1 stress to give you a better chance at this.
Okay, 1 bonus dice and submit.
Wait, so I'm not spending the
5.
stress then?
You both
No,
did.
We both did?
I thought you'd.
By that logic, then I get to roll 1 more.
All right, roll 1 more. Because it's more of all of you are in there.
Roll
Okay,
a 5.
5's
Fill a five,
good. I'm gonna take another box on nighttime.
Okay.
We've only done 1 place. We haven't even done 1 place yet.
I know. He is convinced though. He gets up, he walks out, and he leaves from one of the side exits. You are now alone in the kitchen. The boss is knocked out, and one of the extortion rackets is still needing to be shut down.
Is there any alcohol with all the food supplies?
Oh, yeah,
or
there's
anything
alcohol.
flammable? Okay. Oh, okay.
Someone's gonna turn on the gas line. Someone's gonna blow this place sky high.
Well,
high.
here's the thing.
We could just light a fire. Once the entire room's on fire, there's not really any going back from that.
Yeah, that's why I'm just gonna bust the gas line with a blunt object.
Oh, wait. I have an idea.
Let's hear it, Doctor Man.
He's not a doctor.
Yeah, but you usually are.
I've been a doctor once.
Every Tuesday.
Yes. So he was making a grilled cheese.
Yep.
What
great
if
episode.
we start a fire and then we run out saying that he forgot to turn the fire off on the stove and now there's a fire?
Probably a smart idea.
You absolutely could.
Did he forget to turn the fire?
Did
I
now.
look over to the stove. Is it still on?
Yeah. Actually,
Oh.
it is, because he heard the loud thud and immediately went, "Oh shit," and walked over.
Then yeah, it's his fault.
Yep.
The grilled cheese was out of it, but the assumption was more sandwiches were on the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, but he
So-
left the room while it was on. Maybe something fell onto it and caught fire.
So shit.
So-
News just holds up a frying pan near the gas valve. So is this a yes or a no?
we don't have to blow it up. We can
Yeah,
just
we don't.
start a
We don't have.
fire.
Yeah, we don't have to use the gas line. We can just
Also-
act like we can literally just throw a towel onto the fire.
Also, I will say you are right next to a gas line, next to an open flame.
Kiwi's not intelligent. You know this.
You know,
Everyone
my-
else is.
My suggestion would be to like act like a towel fell onto it as he walked out of the room.
Oh.
All right.
With the face having to yell that as we run out from the smoke, but we need to make it a reasonable amount of fire before we do that. Something that can't be quickly put out.
Yeah, something like something that had been going since he left the room.
Yeah.
And then that
so-
also explains why the other guy booked it.
Broden, I have an idea, and it's dumb.
Hmm.
What if I started a new grilled cheese to blame this on?
No, because then it would be my fault.
And you don't know these
You,
people.
you don't work for them.
I also think you're overthinking this. You really can just start
again,
a fire.
But
Yeah,
again,
I'm
it
definitely
still
starting a
just
fucking
makes a
fire.
lot of sense for him to have made the sandwich, left the stove on, walked away, and then him walking away caused something to fall onto it.
That's,
Or maybe the sleeping dude knocked something over because he was groggy, and then that's why he booked it.
So
Okay.
let's just take some. Is there just grease inside the pantry that people use for cooking?
Yeah, there's some grease in there. You also
I'm
see
just
an
gonna-
assortment of alcohols.
I'm just gonna take like 2 rags, dip one in grease, one in alcohol, just kind of motion for the other 2 to be ready, and I'm gonna just drop them on the stove and let it catch fire for a second before I hold up like 3, 2, 1 for us to all scream and book it.
Oh,
Alright.
wow. I'm just gonna start throwing alcohol against the walls, really get this bitch going.
I mean, you can if you want.
That's what I was gonna do while he was doing that, just
Well,
start dumping it everywhere.
Don't throw the alcohol because that would make noise.
Yeah, no, open it and,
So you guys are
Yeah.
layering the room with alcohol, trying to make it nice so that when you drop these, boom.
I mean, I don't know if we even have to do that because you said it yourself. This place is like dry.
It's a dry,
Okay,
it's a dry
wood.
wood thing, yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
so
So
if
we
I
we
don't have to
literally
open it-
just need to get the fire to a point where it's spreading to the room, and then
That's-
make sure that it's spreading
Okay, then
enough
you-
that it
The
won't be
idea
able to
behind
spread out.
having 1 rag with alcohol, 1 with grease, and then just sort of lying them down to catch
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, that's probably the best
we
idea,
don't
dude.
have to help this. It can look like an accident. As long as the fire is too big to put out by the time anyone else notices it, we're fine.
If
Okay,
you
yeah,
layer
yeah.
the room with alcohol, then that's gonna be just suspicious if he runs in here real fast.
If
All
you
right.
layer the area with alcohol, that's arson.
All right. Well, either way, no more planning. What do you do?
No more planning. I let Micah do his due. If I don't have to help her get to the walls, then it's good.
All right. I will
I-
say that I don't think you need to roll anything for this to just soak rags and throw it on stove.
Is there a kitchen door?
Yes.
Bye.
I could say, well, we needed to. Oh no, I guess we don't have to warn anybody. We could just leave.
Yeah.
We could literally start the fire, and then just one of us go, "Oh crap, fire!" and then just leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this. You put 2 rags on. 4. It takes a little while.
I would like to say that 1 had grease and 1 had alcohol, so
I know. It's more for how
And
long it
it
takes for the fire to reach the other thing
Engulf
to the
the
point.
place.
Yes. So I'm gonna take 1 thing for nighttime. You're still not even halfway. You are 3 out of 8. That building's fucked.
Good. Fuck that building.
I'm assuming we're just across the street in an alleyway as we see people running out.
Yes. The doctor's the only one that was not shut down was the one across the kitchen.
Yeah, these Dockers people are gonna make shoes one day.
So
Do we see a dude
Absolutely.
carrying out the guy that got knocked out?
odds or evens.
Oh, this is literally that. Oh no. Well, anyway.
Evens. Damn it! It's always 5.
You have failed us, Toma.
You run away. It does seem like an accident, I will say.
I was like, hold on.
But you
Yeah,
do
that's-
hear, as you are making your way towards the second building,
Bong.
bong, as it seems that someone has not gotten out of a fire. As you do see a crow, as you look out towards the crematorium over in the White Crown District, you see a door open and a crow fly out, making its way towards the engulfing building.
We're already not there, so
Yep.
Yep. Bye.
You did
Also,
kill a
that was
man,
one-
though.
we did. But that was also one of their higher ups. So
Fair point.
Oh, higher up, quote unquote.
he was higher up than the
He was
other
high.
people
He
there.
was high up enough to run a racketeer ring. It is
Hey.
a loss. It is not a big loss, but it's way more of a loss than if you just kill some random schmo.
Micah, he's higher up in their organization than we are.
Basically, out of everyone in that building, as somebody to get the hit of the crow flying over and death happening, that was the person to have it happen with.
Broden, question. could, during this, because I did say I was going to start pointing on the walls, they have said not to, and I just have a bottle of high-proof alcohol.
You can also tick a box just to produce a bottle of alcohol.
Oh, I can? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in my thing.
Yep. So,
Never mind.
you guys have just taken out, stealthily, I might add, the
Stealthily
first...
enough.
Yeah, stealthily
This is our
enough.
stealth. We had
Um,
one witness, and he's on fire.
Are you trying to sneak your way towards the other building?
Probably. If the night is still young, we have a job to do. Let's do something.
Do we see other people dressed as crows running towards the fire area?
You see a number of people running towards the fire. It's a fire everyone wants to watch. As
Everybody
True.
wants to watch the world burn.
yeah, you definitely will be seeing some crows emerging to, as they realize what just happened, making their way.
Can I lead a prowl for us to basically flip our jackets inside out to look different than the crows and take our hats off to just keep walking without being noticed?
I'm gonna say this would be a flashback that you made these clothes interchangeable, so that when you flip them out, they look slightly different. I would say that would cost you a flashback.
How many of those did we get?
As many as you want. It's just it costs stress to use them.
It costs stress to use them, and Broden can say, no, you didn't.
How
If
much
it's too out
stress
there.
would that cost me?
That would take you 2 stress, because you would have had to get this specially tailored, or you can take out a coin and take 1 stress.
Worth it.
Yeah, I guess I'll spend a coin and 1 stress, because I just bought these from around here, so...
And then you would have paid someone to make them reversible. Alright.
Why can't I get rid of a coin?
You have to
You
click...
have to click the one before it.
Yeah, there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And take 1 stress. Well, before I say I do all this, what do I gain from doing that? Do I get extra
The ability-
dice?
the
I
ability-
reset the discovered clock.
Oh.
That's pretty useful because that
I'll
was
take
almost
that.
That's a very smart thing for the clothes to be interchangeable, and you are going to a new area. So not only now will the old people, if they make their way over there, not notice you, but
guys won't
also,
either.
yes.
So
So
I don't need to lead a prowl then?
Oh, you still have to if you're trying to
Oh,
get
okay.
there and be like, we were here the entire time.
Okay,
If you
then
want to lead it, I do have 1 in Prowl, so...
I
I
also
have 2
one
in prowl.
You
So we
also
I
have
also have
expertise. So no matter how bad this goes, he will take 1 stress.
Okay, then let's all Prowl, gentlemen. Broden,
Yeah.
what's
What
our
is
position in
the
back?
settings for this?
You
Yeah.
are at a controlled limited.
Good enough.
And no extra dice?
Nope.
No extra dice.
Okay.
1.
2.
2.
Bring it
Oh
home,
my
Michael.
gosh.
Bring us a 3.
No. Oh my gosh.
Broden, can I flavor this, please?
I will say, thank God you have expertise and only take 1 stress, because you would have just taken 9.
That's a lot.
Wait, how would I have taken 9?
If you would have taken 9 if you didn't have expertise, because Jimmy rolled a 1, so 6 minus 1, 5 from Jimmy, and then 4 for Toma.
Wait, I thought it was the difference between my roll and their roll.
Nope, it's all of theirs combined. It's
Yeah.
really
Oh,
risky.
dear goodness. No.
The more people,
Yeah, when I heard that no matter what you're having 1, I was like, yeah, we should do that.
yeah,
Considering we were reversing our clothes, can I flavor this?
sure.
This doesn't really help
Jimmy
anyways.
walked
We
out.
failed.
Jimmy walked out without his pants.
What do you mean you walked out without your pants?
We were reversing our clothes, that includes the pants. Jimmy started walking out in his undies.
We didn't do that till we were outside, away from the
Exactly!
fire.
Either way,
Jimmy was caught with him down.
you really have to go through some back alley streets to, like, the crows are emerging from everywhere, and well, you're not really able to avoid them. You're able to avoid some of them. This is going to tick 2 boxes on nighttime, as you had to you tried to take your time to not be seen, but we're still seen.
We're gonna be
We're
up on
still
nighttime.
seen.
You have 3 more boxes before it is morning. As you look across, you do notice the moon is starting to set. And
We don't have
a
time for this.
very faint glow on the horizon is coming.
Okay.
We've got alcohol and demolitions tools that I definitely got with me.
Yeah, so I say we go to this one because this one's by the exit.
That would mean you hit the 2 small dens, which would be a little less equivalent if you were to just hit the big one.
I mean, yeah, we don't have to hit the small one. We could just hit the big one and then leave.
Just gonna hit the one closest to our out.
Well, yeah, we would hit it, but then we would just leave.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I meant. So we're just gonna hit one more and let's dip.
And if we're gonna only hit one more, we might as well hit the big one.
Yeah, let's hit the big one.
You know that if you hit the
Okay.
big one and the small one, that's a blow to their wealth.
Yeah, especially because we burned up all their money
Oh.
in that fire.
Let's
yeah,
see how
you
well
guys
this
you
next
guys never
one
searched for
goes.
the money, so it's gone. All right.
Probably would have been in his office.
You make your way.
Probably, but there wasn't really much searching around after what happened in that office.
You make your way
Yeah.
to the nicest racket in the docks. This is about a 3-story building. It's still made out of wood, but you can definitely tell that this one is not near as dry. The wood seems newer. The rackets inside as you walk in, quite a few crows do actually welcome you, and some of them stop you and ask you about the fire. You know, it's like, oh, you came from the fire, didn't you? It's like,
Yeah, we explained what our cover story is, just that kitchen fire.
Some of them kind of scoff at it, like, how could you be so careless?
Grilled, and I cannot stress this enough, cheese.
One of them does nod in agreement with you.
Just crosses his arms, nods solemnly.
So, where's your bathroom? Because being almost burned alive kind of makes you need it.
It's down the hall to the left. After you're done with that, you should head upstairs. The boss wants to speak to you.
Oh, that's the plan. Come on, gentlemen, we all gotta go, don't we?
Yeah, I could use it.
All right. You make your way to the bathrooms, I guess.
I guess.
Now, this is just gonna be a... We get there?
The bathrooms are currently empty. There are noticeably less crows in here, though, than you would think. Probably
Good.
because they're all trying to
Put out the
Not
fire.
burn
put out a fire and save whatever money is left inside.
Well, we probably don't got much time left till that fire's gone.
Yeah. So, I pull up the strong alcohol cocktail Molitova.
Not sure that's going to work in this building as effective as you think.
Dosh moi. Jimmy's busting out Russian.
All right.
So what exactly is demolition tools? I would assume that's for like blowing a hole in a wall.
Yep.
Cool.
So
that
we
probably
need to find a low-bearing wall, if anything.
Yeah.
even then, that wouldn't necessarily take out the whole thing.
And depending on how many of them we want to take out, we may want to blow up the stairs.
It's also is that you have to lead a wire outside to a safe distance before you do it.
Yeah,
Which
or we
is-
are going down.
Yeah.
Boy.
Okay, so we gotta see the boss, and I got
So,
this done.
in this location, we could probably just start several different fires.
That is what I would like to do. Shit, I did not sway the door, guys. That's fine.
I mean, he's not watching you.
I know he's not watching me, but it's more like, hey, he doesn't remember me, and, well, someone was supposed to go up to the boss was the idea, but if that's not likely, so I'm
The
not
other
gonna
two of
bother.
us were still told to go up the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do we burn this place down?
Oh boy.
We can start a dance battle.
I mean, we could each pick a corner.
Yeah.
This is not going how I thought this would.
What do you mean? This is going exactly how it was gonna go.
Yeah, Micah, what did you expect from working with me and Toma?
I don't know, man.
We have
This
the power
is
of
going
chaos.
about exactly how I expected it to, actually.
Yeah, we have the power of chaos, gremlins.
You do hear a knock on. You hear a knock on the door. Hey, you guys good? The boss. Wait.
Okay, I look to these guys. Start groaning, and I'm gonna start making shitting noises. Like we're in school.
Or we could just... Well, actually, if we just walk out, is he gonna escort us there, or did he just want us to go there?
Likely the former.
You don't
Might
know.
To go.
AJ, if you want to try, you can roll me a sway.
Only if these two are behind me.
I'm not gonna...
Oh boy, I'm
Call
not
it
sure,
zero.
man. This is.
Call it
I mean,
dumb.
if we go up to where the boss is, maybe we can find their money and take some of it for our...
Yeah, but then we're surrounded by them. Trust me, no one will walk in on someone shitting their ass out.
No, but he could just stand there and wait for us.
Then he's a pervert.
Or he's doing his job.
He's doing his
Oh,
job.
Column A. Hey, column A, column B.
We might just have to go and talk to the boss. I don't think we
Yeah.
have much of a choice at this exact moment.
Yeah, damn it.
All right. You emerge from the bathrooms. I don't think any of you actually relieve yourselves, but he does.
Oh,
look
Jimmy
at
didn't
you.
have. Jimmy will flush for appearances before he exits.
Very good.
I'm washing my hands.
And the small
Jimmy's
bucket
not.
they have in there.
Jimmy will not.
Ugh.
That way he doesn't want to touch me.
They don't know that you didn't wash your hands.
I'm half tempted to say to tell them, hey, by the way, I didn't wash my hands. Bro, given the time, care if we take a 15-minute? This seems like a good place to pause and collect ourselves.
Yes. As the group is taking a bathroom break, everyone else take a bathroom break.
Take a real bathroom break.
Let's continue.
Yeah. Back to the heist.
Back to the
Michael,
heist.
what's the answer to the riddle?
I already told you it was a
There's
hole.
Yes, you're right, it is a hole.
We said that.
Well, I was getting ice cream.
All right, back to it. So you are all making your way up to the boss's office of
Yep.
the major extortion racket. That's it.
Yep, I'm making my way downtown.
The man who knocked on the door is not escorting you, just more showing you where it is. He gives a knock on the door. He goes, boss, we got some guys here. And you hear inside, bring them in. Enters, the door opens, and sitting in front of you is a crow who is fairly nicely dressed. Jimmy, you actually recognize this person.
Oh boy.
This...
Alice reaches up and tips his feather towards the dude.
Yeah, I do the proper salute.
He actually nods at you when you do that, in approval.
Does Micah do it?
I mean, if you told me about it, then Silas would.
They most...
We would have on the way over.
100% would have.
Okay, then I'd do it as well.
Yeah, so, Jimmy, this is Belle. This is kind of the second to to the actual second, you know?
So a third seat.
Yes. This is Lissa's second.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was Diane. I thought Belle was the name of that hooker who hates me.
No, that would have been hilarious, though.
Diane.
He goes, so you guys were over at the other racket, right?
That we was.
Well, what happened?
Well, I got told to go make sandwiches, so I went over there. Next thing I know, we hear a thud. The guy who was making a grilled cheese and I go check it out. And I guess he didn't turn the stove off. The guy who was there passed out on some kind of drugs.
Wait. Again?
Again.
Nods.
Swear to God, I'm gonna kill that man.
Pretty sure he's dead.
Yeah, about that.
Why would we know that?
Because we heard the
didn't-
crow, and he
Well,
was passed out.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a big old bell. He was passed out, and we didn't see him leave.
Never mind.
This is the last thing I need of this. Rourke's gonna have my head for this.
Anything we can do to help?
I don't know, have you figured out how to bring people back from the dead?
Halfway, but it doesn't turn out like you want it to. Turns out remembering them in
Unfortunately.
spirit don't work for nothing.
I just shake my head no.
He laughs at that a little bit.
See, Jimmy's trying to lighten the mood.
Alright, look.
And I'm going to let you do so.
You guys were in the kitchen making sandwiches, right?
Well, one of us was. The other one, we were trying to help the boss, not OD.
Right. Alright. Well, kind of looks at the time. It ain't got long until sunrise and your shift's over. How about you, he points over at Silas, go help down in our kitchen. Just don't make any fires.
Okay, I mean, it wasn't my fire.
I don't give a fuck whose fault it was. I'm not having this place go down too.
Meanwhile, that's exactly what he'll do.
I pull out the brandy. No.
I cast Fireball.
Alright, you two. I'm gonna have
Okay.
you stay guard, alright? I'm not
Yeah, well,
sure if
great.
this was an accident for real or if this is someone trying to do something to us, but
I mean, then should we then patrol? That way, we got eyes everywhere and not just in that one spot?
it's not a bad idea. What's your name?
Yeah. They call me Brown Eyes.
Brown Eyes. I'll remember that.
Yeah, I'm not the...
Good
I want
idea.
to make this business,
Yeah. Brown Eyes, you go patrol the second floor. I already got my boy stationed up here. And, what's your name? Points over at you, Malice.
Tiny.
Tiny.
It's ironic.
It's fucking hilarious is what it is. You patrol the first floor. You see anything, you report to me immediately.
Of course.
Alright. Get out of here.
Now, here's hoping that nothing do happen. I've had enough of this day, but if it did, can you get out? I've lost enough employers today.
You're asking him that?
Basically saying, just be safe, buddy.
Yeah, I'll be fine, alright? Worry about yourself.
I'll do my best.
You both exit the office. Silas, you were escorted out quicker than that. But as you both leave, you do hear him seemingly kick something, and he goes, "Motherfucker! Mother-" Fine.
This, honestly, we don't even need the demolition tools. He just set us up to burn this place down.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
He's completely convinced you're one of his men. Like, if anything,
Depend on
he's just
who's
like,
in the kitchen with me.
That's
I
the
could
thing, though.
there's Gordon Ramsay in there.
No,
Yeah.
I hope just anyone named Dinah.
Honestly, it doesn't matter if anyone's in the kitchen with you. As long as the two of us manage to set up fires on the opposite ends of the building, they won't be able to put it out fast enough.
Someone's in the kitchen, I know.
No, I'm not. I was gonna say, it'd be bad if I got caught doing anything in his office. I'm not gonna do anything.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's why
no.
I didn't, oops, spill a bottle.
I
Yeah.
was thinking about looking around the room to see if I saw money, but I don't want to be like, hey, you looking at our money or something?
Yeah, our job is not to rob them. Our job is to burn them.
Yeah. If you rob them, well, you were at it. Whatever. But yeah. But as of right
we also
now,
have to be able to get that money out.
yes, Silas, you are brought into the kitchen. You do notice this place is way bigger than the small extortion racket you just burnt down. This place actually has a fully catered kitchen.
It's
Let's
how
just-
many people are in here with me.
You see
let's
it.
just grab an oil lantern and start setting curtains on fire as we're walking through the halls.
You see about 4 other crows diligently working on. One is pouring drinks. 2 others are making food, and you see another one who is currently cleaning dishes.
God, if this episode didn't already have a name, I would suggest someone's in the kitchen with Micah. That, it's not bad, you have to admit it.
So, both of us still have some load left. What if we both just had a lantern and
I
just
have
started lighting
all of
fire?
my load
Yeah,
left, I'll
I
tell you that
do
right now.
nothing, homie.
Either way, we were talking about this beforehand, kind of on break. Malice, did you want to flashback to know where the more integral parts of the building would be?
Yeah, sure.
It will take 2 stress to flash back, but yes, you would know by looking around, or at least if you choose to look around, you would have a much better chance of figuring out where the support beams for this building are.
So what would I be choosing to roll for that?
Up to you. It could be a study, survey, tinker.
Would
Well,
it be consort
the-
because he asked?
Yeah, because the flashback I was talking about would be with Angus, a master architect that I know, and I'd be consorting with him to get the information.
So flashing back, getting the information, that's fine, but that doesn't mean he made this building. He just told you where the most likely places they would be in the building.
And that's good enough, and he can be...
That's good enough if we light a fire near those locations.
Yeah, we could... Is it possible to say that Malice, would have told us during prep?
I would say that in the bathroom.
Yeah, somewhere. But, yeah, if we know, I would proceed under... And if anyone asks, I was sent on patrol to look for an arsonist.
Okay. So you 2 are going to go and start trying to set fires at strategic locations, or are you trying to plant explosives?
For
That'll be
this,
good.
it would probably just be fires because, well, I mean, are the sport beams made out of wood or are they made out of
Metal.
They
metal?
it looks like reinforced wood. Like this building is meant to not fall.
Okay, I mean, well, tell me, we can do both. I don't know about yous, but a bang and a burn go together pretty well.
While you 2 think about that, I'm gonna jump back over to Silas. Silas, you were in the kitchen for other people. One of them comes over to you and he goes, finally, more help. I got the dishes covered. We have someone on cooking, someone's prepping. Take the mop, go out and wash some of the floors and everything.
Oh, perfect.
Just do your job. And he kind of goes back over and starts prepping more food.
Very well. He'll go. Can I attempt to get a lay of this building too? While I have this mop and I'm quote unquote doing my job?
Yeah, sure. If you want to roll a survey or something, you could try to get an idea.
Because this is clearly bigger, much more involved, so good to know what we're dealing with. What is my settings?
I would say your setting is controlled limited, because there are some places you are not allowed in.
Whatcha? Oh wait, no. I gotta say no 0 dice. Whatcha?
5. Pretty good. You are able to get a good idea of the building's schematics. Obviously, there are some places you are not allowed into, but this also takes you a bit of time, so I'm going to tick off one more thing of night. The sun is starting to rise.
The answer is no. I refuse. Get back down there.
Too bad. So, you do have a general good layout of the building. You know that this is a 3-story building. The top floor seems to only be holding an office. It seems to be kind of the private floor for the boss who's kind of running all this. The second floor seems to be mainly racketeer places. You see a bunch of customers, a bunch of dock workers, and people who seem to be from all sorts of life around Duskfall, kind of in there. Some of them are playing cards. Some of them are kind of doing these old-fashioned roulette boards. I can't say it. A bunch of gambling.
Okay.
Either way.
Do I have an idea of how many crows are in here?
You would say that there's probably 20 crows, not counting you guys. There are at least 12 crows running extortion rackets. There are, obviously, there's the boss, not counting him. And all around, there's probably 8 other crows kind of watching. 4 on the first floor, 2 on the second, and 2 on the third. Kind of standing outside the office.
Well, it's just a whole murder of crows, then.
Yes.
What's up?
I guess it's better than an unkindness of ravens.
If you get discovered, there will be a murder.
Not as good as a fluffle of bunnies, though.
Excuse me?
I hate
Group of bunnies is a fluffle.
So, you have the layout of the building. Actually, I'm going to change something. There's 3 crows on the first, 3 crows on the second, and...
Still not as bad as an embarrassment of pandas.
No.
And you have the people up on top. Jimmy and... Malice are... Jimmy is on the second floor, Malice is currently on the first floor, and they both seem to be with patrols, kind of patrolling the area, looking for stuff.
Oh boy.
So you know where they are.
Oh yeah, great. When we were going back down, was anyone leading us, or were we led to our own devices?
You're kind of led to your own devices right now.
Okay, so would they have explained to me what their plan was before we separated?
You know that they're planning to do something either with fire or explosives.
Yeah, say second verse same as the first. Boom, boom, bam.
Basically, you know you should either start lighting fires or get the fuck out, probably.
Or somehow help them light fires.
Both.
Oh, this is... okay, this is a dumb idea. Do
Okay.
I... So I have a mop, correct?
Correct.
And I have a bucket or a pail or something full of cleaning water.
I know where you're going.
If this is where I think it's going to go, it's what I was hoping you were going to do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do have a bucket of
And,
what seems to be semi-clean mop water.
and I'm near the kitchen where all those kinds of supplies are, correct?
You can easily make your way back there, yeah.
I love it when stupidity comes together.
Would I be able to use finesse in an attempt to get some sort of flammable liquid out of the kitchen when I'm taking the mop and bucket with me?
You can tick off load
No.
to do that.
Didn't you? Yeah, you can just take off load. Plus, I thought you had some alcohol.
Yeah.
No, I don't have alcohol.
You can tick off okay, so on you right now, you have Fine Lockpicks, Fine Shadow Cloak, Climbing Gear, Silence Potion, Dark Right, Goggles, Spirit Bane Charm. You could easily tick off a box of load to produce a thing of whiskey.
Would it be
And-
better to take a thing of whiskey or lantern, which I'm assuming comes with lantern fluid?
If you wanted to tick off a box for lantern and just say you have some lantern oil, you can do that.
Okay.
Oh, I
'Cause
will
my-
say lantern oil all over the floor is going to be a lot more noticeable than alcohol.
Okay, then I might just. Well, I can take the lantern and we just say it's alcohol for semantic reasons.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if I need to get rid of the water and just mop with the alcohol, or if I need to mix the alcohol with the water because I don't know how water dilutes it.
If
It'll
you
flow.
mix, if you just straight up clean with the alcohol, it'll smell like cleaning stuff anyway.
Yeah,
It
so
was yeah.
find a window, dump her out.
Okay, then I'm gonna, because I have normal, so I haven't used any of my stuff. I'm gonna take a tick of load to be able to say I have flammable liquid, quote unquote, whether that's alcohol or lantern fluid. And I'm just gonna. I'm not sure if you're gonna make me have to roll for it, but in an effort to change out my water, I'm going to.
I would
add
say that
small
yes, you would have to roll something to try to sneak in a bottle of alcohol into the bucket instead of regular water and whatever they use for cleaning.
Okay. Would that be finesse?
I just think that you could argue that you're kind of finesse
Yeah,
it.
Finesse
Okay.
is basically sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Can I
You-
can I argue for an extra die by the nature of me knowing the layout and where people are currently? Make sure I do this where no one is aware of me.
Yes, you can also push yourself if you want to add another die.
I don't think I want to at this moment because this seems like a bit of a time where if I need to leave or survive something, I'm going to be pushing myself for that.
All right, then I would say yes. Roll finesse, add one extra die. This would be a risky standard.
Okay. With one extra die. 1, 2, 3. 5, 5, and
Yes.
6.
6.
The extra die did it.
As smooth as you could be, you empty the bucket and you kind of grab what looks like a hose to fill it with water as you strategically put your thumb on it as you kind of plug down a thing of alcohol that you had tucked under your sleeve. No
I just
one knows the difference.
I like the imagery of me just like rustling in my jacket for a second, and as I'm bending down to fill the bucket up, the bottle just slides down my shirt sleeve, and
Yep.
I pour it out of my shirt sleeve.
You cork the water thing with your thumb as you let it kind of flow from your sleeve.
And now I will diligently do my job of mopping as much as the floor as I can.
All right. I want you to roll me one more thing to see how good you get this floor.
Okay.
What are you gonna roll for it?
Take the mop action, Micah.
I mean, would it be another finesse or a prowl or none of the other stuff really? I'm not wrecking anything or fighting.
No, you gotta sway the floor.
I gotta convince it to become a drunk.
No, you convince it, man. You've been mopped, if anyone asks.
I mean, I would see prowl or finesse for the sake of doing it without doing as much as I can without getting in where people are going to be walking over it, because that's annoying.
I'm gonna say
I mean, you could argue prowl just for looking like the janitor.
Hmm.
I belong here. Mop, mop, mop.
I would say your choice
scruffy.
of either prowl, finesse, or tinker.
Well, I got 1 in Tinker, but I got 2 in the other one, so how about we go with the better ones?
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll? Do you want a devil's bargain or do you want to push yourself?
Pushing yourself is 2 stress, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I guess I'll push myself. I got some stress to spare a little bit.
You're still at a healthy amount.
If anyone asks, your name is Scruffy.
All right. Roll 3 dice. I'm gonna say that because you're just doing your job and no one really knows, you're at a controlled standard position. Nothing too risky yet.
And I get 1 extra dice, so.
Yep.
Scruffy. Gender.
Yep.
One of my favorite lines from that.
Oh.
Should have pushed yourself.
I did push myself.
Should have
Should've
pushed
pushed
yourself harder.
I'm gonna tick off one on discover.
Here lies silence.
Someone starts smelling the alcohol.
You kind of get it into the bucket, and you're like, all right, perfect. As you kind of get up, you make your way towards the revolving door as you're about to make your way out. As a waiter kind of bumps into the door and smashes into you, the bucket flies across the floor.
You butt liquor.
Well,
you got it somewhere. Still on the floor.
It's on the floor in the kitchen. They are yelling at you, though, to clean it up.
okay, then in my effort to clean it up, I will not. How do I put it? I will attempt to use it to clean as much of the floor as I can without causing duress from the people.
If you
That
think
is
about it, you could...
fine.
I mean, if you use them up and just start wringing it back into the bucket.
Alcohol, it'll suck.
I've never
that up.
used that kind of mop. I had to mop for my job at the vet clinic.
Also,
and we had...
I need to remind all of you, this is not modern day technology.
I meant
Yeah,
like
there's a
mop it
mop
up,
and a
grab.
bucket.
You can still wring a mop.
You just do it with your bare hands.
I mean, he can always do that. I will say that will take some time, but if you are willing to, you can do that.
I mean, also, how else do you expect to get the water off the floor?
I will attempt to gather up as much of the tainted water as I can to continue my job.
Okay.
You're making him lose his focus.
This is going to take you a little while to do that, so we're going to cut back to Jimmy and to Malice. You two are currently patrolling the area. Jimmy, you're on the second floor. Malice, you're on the first.
Is it dark in here?
Yeah.
It's not very dark. It is lit by quite a few electronic light bulbs.
Oh damn! I was gonna say if they're lamps, I was gonna start loosening the screws.
Nope, because they don't believe in candles and stuff. If they're not like the lamp wax, they actually embrace the light bulbs and technology.
Wait, these are old school light bulbs.
Yes.
Those things
So-
are hot.
I'm
Yes.
gonna bust out some of my old nerdy history boy talk, okay?
All right. These would be very old nerd
The
light
older
bulbs.
the better, actually. So, old light bulbs, while a vacuum, had a flammable gas in them. You know, to keep the filament lit. But then again, I can't break glass without causing a scene. Never mind.
No, but those bulbs do get very hot very
Yeah, those
quickly.
bulbs get real hot, man. The electrical fires.
I
are
mean,
so-
hot enough that they used them for easy bake ovens.
Yeah.
You would also know that because these are like ghost-powered electronic bulb things, they get even hotter. Like these things are dangerous to touch. Like,
And so they're ghost powered, right?
yes,
Do you have anything in a tune?
I have one in a tune.
you can tell that they're ghost-powered. It's not like there's actually ghost in them. It's more the essence of a ghost.
Oh.
Yes, it's
thought
more
there was
like
like
you took a ghost, ground it down to ectoplasm, and then you use it to fuel it.
Oh, I thought there were just gonna be fires.
I mean, like the dinosaurs?
Yeah,
Yes.
but these ones can still feel.
Oh.
Oh no, these things are long past that. Like,
I want to make my cassette. Okay.
Not sad.
Damn it. So Jimmy would like to, cause I assume we're in low traffic areas.
I mean, if you make your way there, you can. Yeah, there's quite a few slot machines that are just not being used.
Yeah, well, I want to find the low traffic areas where Toma would have said to start setting fires, and just, you know. Wait a minute, I have and I want to try to rig an electrical fire. So eventually, not start one, basically cause a short in like a light or something to where it will combust eventually. Because I have a thing in Tinker, and I have tinkering tools. Thank you, music.
That is so smart.
Mhm.
I was
Alright.
thinking it, but I didn't have any way to do it.
Roll me a tinker's check.
Give me that bargain, boy!
You will, if you get this, you get an extra dice, and if you get this, the electrifier will go off, but it will be random when it does.
That's fine.
There is no clock. Every time there's a failure, I will roll a d6. Odds it goes off, evens it doesn't.
I don't
that's
want
a
to set more than...
50-50.
I'm also not going to set just one. I'll space them out, but...
All right.
So, and I will push...
Can I assist him by informing him of the nature of these lights? Because I don't know. I don't think he knows. Because I don't think he has anything
I
in
don't
attune.
see ghost.
Yes, you would not see ghosts, so no, he would not know that these are ghost powered as well.
But can he assist me by telling me?
You are on separate floors. If you would like
That's
to try
true.
to make your way up to him real quick, you can try, but I would need a roll for trying to get up there.
And you're not
Non-suspicious
sneaky.
like.
Nah.
Not worth. So what's my positions?
No,
Risky, limited.
And can I push on top of the bargain?
Yes.
Fuck it.
He's going for it, boys.
He is indeed going for it.
3.
Just ain't
Didn't go
rolling
well.
it. No.
I can just do it the traditional way.
That is 2 ticks and discover. You are now halfway. Things don't seem right as one of the guys comes around the corner who's also on patrol. As you're taking a bit longer than you thought you would. You quickly hide it behind your back and act like you just, not doing your patrols very well. As he kind of yells at you to get back to work.
I'll get back to work.
He kind of grabs you and pushes you forward to make sure you're picking up the pace to keep the circle correct.
This is just a random thing because you said keep the circle going. There was an experiment done once with roundabouts that... Okay, this has a reason for me saying it.
Okay, let's hear it.
So the reason some cities and towns are starting to use roundabouts instead of lights is because of the idea of with roundabouts, people are always moving, thus there will be less traffic. There was literally an experiment showing where even with roundabouts, for no particular reason, there is still traffic where people will just start slowing down or speeding up.
Be careful.
Just going in a circle. They put a bunch of cars in a circle and just told them, go this speed and just stay that speed. They still ended up with people not bumping into each other, but speeding up and slowing down.
Yes, but
causing
this is more of you're just walking slow compared to why are you just standing here in this corner.
Yeah.
So I hear what you're saying, but yeah, Jimmy, you were unable to get the lights rigged.
Someone else have an idea, please. Jimmy can't roll tonight, so someone else do something.
I'm spreading out alcohol. I'm doing the best I can.
Yes,
I'm on the first floor, right?
Yes, Malice, you were on the first floor.
Kitchen's on the first floor, right?
Yes.
Do I smell the alcohol he's spreading around?
There would be a whiff of it kind of coming through the kitchen door as you walk past it.
Do I see him mopping as I walk past it?
Yeah, as the doors kind of open out and as people are kind of bringing out food and everything, you do see him kind of bringing out a mop. You get the idea of what he was trying to go for.
Cool.
I mean, it's still what I'm going for, technically.
Yeah, it's just that as of right now, you're trying to get back to that point.
So basically, I'm gonna do a couple of patrol rounds, get an idea of sort of like how spaced out me and the other guards are, so that I know sort of how much time I have to do stuff. And while I'm doing that, I'm waiting for him to start actually mopping around and spreading the alcohol. Basically what I want to do is get a feeling for how much time I would have if I were to start doing something between me doing it and the other guards showing up, while giving him time to spread the alcohol around. And then most likely what I'd do is I'd take out like a lantern or something and just have an open flame against the wall as I'm walking.
Oh, so that, like, how long do you have until, like...
Until the next guard gets to the start of that fire.
Okay, yeah. I would say you need to roll something to figure that out, but you definitely can try to time out the guards' positions.
I would argue that this is a study because I'm watching for the time differences between me getting to a location and them showing up there.
I can see that.
And since I'm just sort of like, since it basically just looks like I'm making sure that everything's covered, would this just be a controlled and...
This would be risky standard, because you are... It's clear that you're doing something, and they are currently on guard.
You're very much in the line then, boys.
Oh no, Jimmy has a plan B, but it's gonna be way less peaceful.
Yeah, that we're trying to like get away with this without like a giant fight breaking out. Let's see what happens. 5.
Pretty good. I'm going to tick one more undiscovered. When the guards kind of look at you a little funny, but kind of shrugs it off a little bit, but he is looking at you a little closer now. You...
Something you like?
You go and you do, in fact, set... You time it out. You know exactly that per patrol, you have about a minute before the other guard would reach and see you. So, not much time, but there is a window.
And is that on either side? Like if I were to basically get forward a bit in my patrol till like just when the other person goes around a corner.
You're at the end.
Yeah, and then I'm at the end, and then I'd start lighting it, and then I'd
Yeah.
maybe speed up a bit to try and get the whole wall on fire.
Yeah, you could do that. I would say yeah. That's very plausible.
Cool. Cause that is now my plan. And, basically just as Micah starts to mop around, I would fill him in on what my plan is, and that I would likely be doing it within the next 30 minutes or so after he gets started spreading the alcohol. Because once it catches that alcohol, it's gonna follow that alcohol all the way to the kitchen and then blow up the kitchen probably.
Yeah, that kitchen is going to be in flames.
Okay, Jimmy has an idea, but it's a bad one.
Anyways.
All of our ideas are bad.
Well, the thing is, it's not as good as it could be because I don't know what you're doing. I can't know what you're doing. So Jimmy can only think, well, this is going to be a little unfun for Jimmy, as he knows where he's gonna set his fire if it's hidden enough.
All right.
The
Cutting
stairs
back.
up.
Cutting back now.
Yeah.
Come on, go. Silas. You have just finished wringing out the last of it. You don't have a full bucket like you did, but you definitely have at least half of one.
This might be kind of dumb, but I could kick off another load to have more alcohol.
Yeah, you can indeed.
Yeah, I mean,
But then I'd have to roll again to have it and put it in the bucket.
You would, so it's probably best to just spread it out into the hall so that way when the fire from the hall catches it, it goes into the kitchen, lights the kitchen, then we've got the fire that Jimmy's most likely setting, and the entire wall or two that I managed to get set on fire.
I'm going to just sort of grab my stuff, apologize to the people in the kitchen, and go into the hallway to mop.
All right. You do go into the hallway. They kind of glare at you a little bit, but they're more.
It's okay. They won't be able to glare at anything anymore in a while.
Yeah, they're very upset. But you do walk out into a fairly empty hallway. I would say around this time, Toma, you are the one actually in that hallway.
I would basically just in shorthand speech give him the plan while continuing my round.
All right, Silas, you now know what Malice is doing.
I know what must be done. Mop.
Roll me another finesse. How good is this mop job?
You never thought you'd roll to mop tonight, would you?
No, I didn't. What is my stuff?
That's how this game goes.
Standard,
psychologist.
controlled, standard.
Yeah, because you're supposed to be mopping.
Oh.
He knocks the thing over again.
You do knock it over again. This time in the hallway.
That's good enough. Just walk out.
As you do, another waiter kind of comes out with a dish, because it's not all just sinking into the floor, and he kind of boom as he hits the floor. You now have an unconscious waiter who has just slipped on your not labeled wet floor. As other people in the kitchen are starting to like.
Archie, eat him. Shit, wrong game.
Yeah. Are starting to be like, what was that?
Are you supposed to play this game seriously when stuff like this keeps happening? I don't know.
We don't know. We just play the game.
That is the consequences. You now have a knocked out waiter.
He was diabetic.
Is Toma's character still there in the hallway? Did he see this? Is he there?
Nope, he probably continued his patrol, so he's still gonna do what I think he was doing.
Toma, you would have seen it as you're needing to go to the next one.
Oh my god, I know how you can get out of this.
He basically would just like sort of nod his head towards the door, like, "Hey, this is probably the point where you should get the fuck out and maybe take him with you."
I'm just gonna leave. I don't.
You
Got it popping. I quit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab his body, and just head for the nearest unguarded exit, if possible, if there even is one.
There's
Actually, is there an unguarded exit?
no.
Oh, okay. then.
I don't know. Yeah, no, probably not.
They're looking out for an arson.
Okay.
I mean, you could make a scene and tell them that this guy fell and hit his head because that's what happened.
Yeah, but then I'd have to roll sway or something, and I got nothing in that.
That's fair.
I mean,
Yeah.
even if you fail, if it starts a scene and draws the other guards, that just gives me more time to light everything on fire.
Yeah, and I can set these stairs on fire.
I will say, as this happens, the chef does kind of open the door, the revolving door, and looks, and he goes, "What? What happened? What happened? You have one job."
It's not his normal job though.
I wanted this to be a serious character, and he keeps failing.
No serious characters with us. We fail too much.
The best characters are the serious characters who are comedic because they fail.
Even if you're serious, you can fail.
Yeah, we fail way too much to be real serious.
I kind of look at the bucket and then look at him. I was mopping. He came out in a hurry, tripped over the bucket, and bumped his head.
That is the truth.
I take no blame for this.
He grabs you by the scruff of the shirt. Just get back in there. Have two of them come and help me with him. And you are going to cook for the rest of the night. And you will clean up by yourself. Thank you. And he throws you back into the kitchen.
Damn, this man's strong.
You're gonna want to get out of that kitchen as fast as possible.
Yeah. I kind of look, after I stabilize myself, I sort of straighten up my jacket and make sure my collar is still pulled up over my face.
It came undone a little bit, but no one seemed to have noticed. You
I mean,
put
my
it
mouth
back.
was closed, so...
Yeah. You put it back, though.
Yeah, I straightened. I make myself more presentable again. Straighten my hat. The chef wants 2 of you to come and help with a minor accident in the hallway.
The two, the guy who was washing the dishes and one of the cooks just kind of lets out a sigh, and they put down what they're doing and walk out. You are now alone in there with the food prep and the one other chef. It seems, though, that the stove is free for you to assume.
Well, there is still one person in here with me.
There are 2 people.
My
there's
suggestion would be to start cooking, blend in, and then the second they stop paying attention, you book it.
Well, I was gonna see if there was trash to be taken out.
You could always ask.
Mine would be just fess up. Just say, I'm gonna burn this place down. You should leave.
Yeah. No. No.
He's like, yeah, wait, no.
No, I thought you were gonna say just do your job. I kind of go up.
Your job
and
is to burn this place down.
Honestly,
Well,
the best
yes,
part-
but
Just
I
Maybe-
kind of look around and I just disgruntledly sigh.
Xander.
I'm gonna have to clean up this entire place by myself tonight. I might as well take the garbage out now. And I go to take the garbage out.
They kind of nod at that, like, yeah. Sure enough, you take out the back exit to the kitchen outside. There is a guard there, as again, all stations are guarded, but
Okay.
there is a
And
guy.
Xander's outside, and then the fire happens.
Yeah, I go out here and I dump the trash and I look to the guard. I sort of pat my pockets down. You got a light or a cigarette?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Kind of takes out a thing of a cigar, hands it to you, gets out a lighter, lights it.
I like how you're just taking any opportunity you can not go back in the building.
I take it and I just say, I'm just gonna go down by the corner and smoke. Tonight sucks. I just start walking away.
He goes, look, fine, just be back here in like a couple minutes, alright? I get it, just be back.
I'm gonna be here all night anyways.
Poor Jim, he's so understanding. Shame he's gonna die in a second.
I'm gone. Both of you gotta do whatever you're gonna do now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with that, Silas,
As
you
I get
you,
to
you
the
do
corner,
leave.
yeah, as I get to the corner, and I just start walking away, I pull down my collar, and I put the cigarette between my rows of sharp, jagged teeth.
I assume that there's like windows and stuff, right?
Yes.
Cool.
You can see outside. When you pass them, as long as it's not like the interior, yes.
Cool. So, what I would like to do is take that timing that I figured out earlier, start lighting shit on fire, with like the exposed flame of a lantern, and then toss it around the corner into that puddle of alcohol and jump out a window.
You don't want to open a window rather than jump through it.
I mean, I can open a window, I would assume,
Yeah, you could open a window.
and then I'd
Okay.
jump through it. I'd set the place on fire, and just, yep, that's happening now.
The entire... There's a mixture of different things that happen. The corner that you throw it in still has the 3 people trying to wake up the guy.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
You
There's
hear...
There's also 2 people in the kitchen.
Yep, I'm getting there. So the walls catch fire. Not too much, but they are starting to go. The people in the corner, as you throw it there, They manage to wake the one guy up. There's 3 of them there. One of them jumps out of the way.
I'll give him like a good 1 second. You should move and then throw it.
One of them jumps out of the way in time. The other 2 up in flames. They're running around. I'm also going to do this real quick.
Setting more stuff on fire.
Yes, they are. The first guy eventually puts himself out, horribly burned, but is able to get out. The second person really learnt in their time with their critical success to stop, drop, and roll. They smothered their face with their rags that are not covered in any kind of alcohol and nearly immediately put themselves out. They also get out. So congratulations. Neither of those 3 have died.
Oh, the 1 second warning I gave them paid off.
The people in the kitchen, however, I initially was going to just have die, but I'm going to say with that critical success, both of them are going to get a chance as the one person yells to run. Neither of them do. Once again, Jimmy, as this happens, what are you doing?
Are the stairs to the next floor very heavily guarded?
Not the stairs. No.
Okay, I'm gonna burn down the stairs.
Okay, the ones leading up or the ones leading down?
I assume they're right next to each other, so I'm gonna burn the ones leading up and go and run down. Fuck it, I'm out!
Okay. You do have a small wall of fire blocking you. I'm going to need something for you to get out quickly.
Oh, you fuckers.
You are on
I
the
assume
second floor.
I assume I can't, jump a railing?
You can, it's just that this place is starting to blaze.
If you have to, jump out a window.
If there's a window.
There's a couple you could try, but I'm going to need something for this.
I assume it's not going to be finesse, is there? Wait.
No, it would not be a finesse.
Survey for a clean way out.
Very well. Roll a survey. This is a desperate situation you are in.
Desperate and standard?
Limited. Some places would be blocked by fire.
6.
He still doesn't.
Jimmy!
Jimmy, in this brief moment, your fight or flight response kicks in. And lucky for you, you are a very good fleer.
You have triggered my fight or fight response. Thankfully, I'm a canary.
You, almost without looking, leap off the balcony, falling on top of the slot machines. You run across them as you dive out of an open window.
Just the whole time shouting, "Oh shit, fire, get out!"
Yes.
Yeah, no, Jimmy's gonna say I ain't dying for yous!
You...
May I clarify something?
Yes.
So the reason I burned the stairs going up is that's where the boss's office is. Ha ha! They're not jumping out the 3rd story.
You assume you don't have another way out, but also...
Yeah, as far as I know.
I mean, he may have another way out, but he may not have a way to get out and save anything in his office.
Yep.
That is very true.
And Jimmy's just gonna book it home. Like, nope.
As you jump out the window, Jimmy...
Just light this place up and scatter.
As you light this place up, the fire, as you reach out the window, finally hits the kitchen. You hear an almighty vroom as the kitchen catches fire, and it's very audible. And then a few seconds later, you're like, wait a minute, that's... The kitchen's where the gas line... The entire building shakes.
I salute
as a secondary explosion hits it.
When I was safe distance away,
Exactly as planned.
Yeah, just out of respect for the dead, because again, Jimmy's supposed to be a pacifist. I turned around.
You didn't do anything to him.
Yeah, well, I
Fire
turned around.
did.
I don't like any violence. So I turn around and I'm a safe distance away and salute.
You do the feather flick salute.
Yeah, no, I do the proper crow salute. This was not supposed to happen. But I just love that we all agree. Scatter!
Why are you rolling a bunch of d6s?
Those were the civilians that you never warned about the fire that are still trapped on the second floor because you burnt the stairs.
No, he
Most
burnt the
of them
stairs
get
up.
out.
He burnt the stairs up from the second floor, not
They
the stairs
needed
down.
they needed above. They needed a 4 or higher. Luckily, they actually rolled pretty well, but you'd still do hear, dong, dong, dong,
So many
dong,
people are dying.
dong.
So many people are dying. It's like like an alarm clock.
It would have
Yeah.
been. It looks like 6 people died from that.
It's almost ironic as you do hear. Is 6 or 5? 1,
1, 2, 3, 4,
6.
5, 6. Yeah, 6.
It's very ironic that 6 people died because you look at your watches as you're all running away as you realize it is 6 o'clock.
Guys, we made it till morning.
Broden, can I make a fluff flashback that would have actually affected anything?
Sure.
So you know part of those disguise kits?
Yes.
I would have gotten blue context. That way my brown eye's name is ironic.
Very well.
I mean, the tiny one was.
I'm gonna roll one more thing to just see how badly something happens for a person. They're pretty tough.
Oh, it looks so pretty.
Jimmy,
bad.
as you walk away, you do see somebody leap out of the 3rd story building and crash into one of the buildings below. You hear a
Okay, so Jimmy is going to use his load to pull out documents and hold up a 10.
It seems that the crows, the 3rd seat, Belle, has survived by making a very daring attempt of jumping out the 3rd story window onto a lower building.
Yeah, can't win them all.
Can't win them all, but they got out. That's one less person for Jimmy to feel guilty.
The
about.
fire is bright. You guys can see it even as you make your way back to Crowsfoot.
So what do the crows showing up actually do? From the people dying, what do crows showing up at the location actually do? I forget.
It's
So
the
the
marker for the body.
Yes, so the crows will circle where the dead are, so the spirit wardens will search that area. They get closer and closer to where the body is.
And then they capture the ghost.
So basically, we want to just be nowhere near that.
Yes, you want to get the hell out of the way if those crows are coming. As far as you know, there's no way to stop the bell, and the crow is always dispatched. You also know that when a person dies, they come and collect the body, they take it back to the crematorium, and they burn it and destroy the ghost that way. They have a special method. But either way,
We all meet back up.
you all meet back up.
Does Silas still have them up?
Silas? Okay.
Okay.
You
know if
meet
you
back
get
up.
the
Baz looks at you guys, both in an amused, happy look, and also a damn kind of look.
Holy shit, they did it!
Holy shit, they did it, and holy shit, are so many dead.
Now, Baz, you never doubt Jimmy. As due to all the stress and violence, Jimmy will now turn a corner and puke.
Right.
I must say this
Yeah.
was a large bit of information into the mind of the criminal. Very interesting.
Don't write about me.
Don't worry, any notes I make are completely anonymous.
Jimmy does not want to be remembered for the puke guy.
I write down aversion to violence, but chose position where violence was expected.
As far as Malice is concerned, this is apparently the start of a war. And
it's a
bad
start.
things
It's a
happen.
start of something.
Whatever it
Start of a
is.
war, bad things happen, and he didn't kill those people.
Luckily
himself.
for you guys, your disguise is held up.
Yep.
No one knows
We
it
never
was
got-
you.
We never got discovered, boys.
You had one away.
And then we reset it.
Yes.
Then it rose up a lot again.
Yes, and you once again you were 1 away. You guys got off at the perfect times. Jimmy, you're lucky you got that 6 because the final one was gonna be the final tick on discovered.
I'm telling you, man, Jimmy will survive. Jimmy will snitch on whoever need be, then Jimmy will survive.
Okay,
I
so
have hamsters to go take care of.
payoff.
Live.
You guys did a very good job. You not only took down the big den, but you also took down one of the smaller dens.
We also know where the smaller den is and where one of the drug
I
locations is.
don't think they're gonna stay there.
If anything, they're going to very much watch for it.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, I need you to roll me one more sway to see if you can convince the doctors to come on your side, as they are kind of happy with the fact that those extortion rackets are gone.
Toma, I need your help here.
I guess they give 2 stress for that.
You take 1 stress for assisting him.
Cool, I'll do
Now,
that.
Broden, I have an argument for a bonus die.
Okay.
I took fine alcohol from that kitchen a while ago and never touched it.
So you're hoping to sway them with alcohol and the promise of more destructions to the
Yep.
racketeer rackets.
Yep.
Add an extra die for that as well.
So what's my position?
Risky controlled, because you are telling them that you just burnt down that
Controlled and
place
ris-
and join us.
Controlled and risky are in the same category.
Oh, sorry. Risky standard.
Okay.
I mean, it's also... Well, no, because you've already talked to them before.
6. Double.
Two sixes. Critical success.
Yep. Jimmy kind of pull... When you need Jimmy will pull up.
They accept. They not only accept, they're willing to bring some of their own stuff to this war in assurance of the Crow's destruction.
Hey,
So,
we did that much, and I'm pretty sure we crippled one of them.
they will very happily join Baz secretly, but also they are going to keep tabs on the last racketeer place, and they are boycotting it.
Okay. Jimmy will make sure they get set up on the Pigeon Network.
Very well. Jimmy,
well, we got-
you actually know someone in the docks too that you can do this from your time
I
with
do.
the Stealth Stallions.
Yes, I do. I know. Well, she was my job broker. I know that much.
She was your job broker. Give me 1 moment.
Yeah, that was not on my sheet. But, yeah, I make sure she's set up on the Pigeon Network because that way it stays secret. And remember, kids, Jimmy finishes strong.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Helena.
Yep, Helena, and,
So sure
Yeah.
enough, you set up a thing with Helena. She's very much happy about this because her as a local dock worker, she is more than happy to see the Crows get the fuck out of her territory.
now,
See, Micah, everything went not at all as expected, while completely going as expected.
Heat.
now Jimmy's gonna put his arm on Silas. Why don't I show you how, one of the ways I like to de-stress?
Well, hang on. Because
Yeah,
now,
okay.
now there's the heat.
Oh, yeah. We said fires. There's gonna be much of it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's also a lot of dead. So,
Okay, hold on, bro. I want to guess how much heat we're getting.
Okay, but here's the thing. Would the gang have admitted to the police that it was
It's-
anything more than just an accidental fire?
the first one, maybe not. The second one, there's no way that was an accidental fire.
Yeah, I was in the same area.
How
Yeah,
can
no,
they tell
that
if
was-
there was a gas explosion? Any evidence
mean,
would be gone.
It basically turned into a situation for us of, okay, this just needs to happen and we gotta get the fuck out. We're wasting too much time.
Yes. So,
So, I'm guessing 1,112 degrees Fahrenheit. It's the temperature that wood burns.
yeah. So, would you say this was Loud and chaotic, high exposure, or wild, devastating exposure?
First one.
Loud and chaotic.
Devastation would meant the thing spread.
I am going to reduce this down to a contained standard exposure because they did not know it was technically you.
Yep.
Add +1 heat for a well-profiled or well-connected target. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's 3 heat. Add 1 heat if situation happened on hostile turf. Yes.
Oh yeah.
4 heat. Add 1 heat if you were at war with another faction. You are not,
A
actually.
little bit. No, yeah, this was the declaration. This didn't count.
It's not even a declaration. They just know somebody did something to them.
Ah, so just terrorism.
Kind of. You just gave them a black eye before the fight started.
We sucker punched them.
Add +2 heat if killing was involved.
Sadly, it was.
Well, we didn't kill them. They just happened to die.
That there is a distinction to be made there. We didn't kill anybody.
Let me finish. Add 2 heat if killing was involved. Whether the crew did not kill or did the killing or not, bodies draw attention. That is literally word for word in the book.
Yes, it is. I've seen it.
So, I believe that leaves you with 6 heat.
Is that good
Yeah,
or
but
bad?
boys.
It's not at wanted,
1,
so
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Do I
You
need
are
to
at.
mark that anywhere?
Nope, I mark it on the crew sheets. I'm just using the
Okay.
stealth stallions for now.
You guys are now honorary members.
So, you guys are now 2 away from a wanted level. When a wanted level happens, it cannot go away until one of you goes to jail. You won't go to jail forever, but it does take your character out of it for a while. And still, that's a lot of killing.
Mm-hmm.
but we're not wanted
Yep.
because they
We are
don't know
not.
who did
Wait,
it.
hold on. Never mind. It was, if it's not 4, we are above 4. I say, we take 1 less, but nope.
When you get back to Baz, he does nod in approval as he gets the idea of what happens, like all the destruction. And he brings forward to you guys a very, very large chest. 9 coin.
Each or
Split.
Okay.
Okay, I get my 3. I am putting 2 of it into my stash.
I'm just gonna put
So-
all 3 of it into my stash.
It's a good chunk of change he just gave you.
Yeah. Hey, Broden.
Hmm.
Are we almost at downtime?
We are almost at downtime,
Do I still get my crew special ability?
which is
-1 heat.
yes, you do.
Ah!
All right.
Jimmy.
Yep. So you guys are
You
now
just made
at
me think
2,
of Gibby
4,
from iCarly.
That was the joke, yes.
You're now at 6 heat. Now, let's see.
You mean we're at 5?
Heat. You were at 7. You had 1 from the last time.
Yup.
Forgot about that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, incarceration. You guys were not incarcerated. So, yeah, with the wanted level 1, if you were to be arrested, you were sent to jail for about a month or 2. Entanglements. This is the fun part. I get to roll to see what the hell happens to you for this. You want low on this, guys.
Yep.
2.
Hey, look low.
Gain trouble or the usual suspects. The blue coach grabs someone in the periphery of your crew. One player must volunteer a friend or vice purveyor as the person most likely to be taken.
I know a friend.
It has to be
You're that
someone
lad?
who had a relation to this act.
He was in the room when we planned this act. Does that count?
Do they grab Bazobaz? Actually,
No,
that
the-
makes a lot of sense.
No, no.
Hmm.
You know that Red Sash guy was in the room.
That would not count as
Whoa.
a friend or a vice purveyor.
My vice purveyor is Baz, so someone else got to sacrifice for this.
Your vice purveyor is not Baz. That is
Oh.
the person you go to relieve stress.
My vice purveyor is a location.
A person at a location.
My
No, you-
vice preparer had
la-
nothing to do with this.
Exactly.
Last one, you gave me just location. We agreed there is not a person.
Right. Well, I
Yeah,
think
so
I
I
gave
can't
you. I think I gave you the person who owns the place you go outside at. Yeah, Singer.
They could possibly have tied August into it because maybe he looked up some blueprints or something.
I would
Yeah.
say either him or Baz would be brought into questioning.
I vote the architect, not our employer.
All right. He is brought into questioning. Make a fortune roll to find out if they resist questioning, or pay off the blue coats because this was a high destructive thing. They want 2 coin for the payoff, or
Oh, I
you can just let him be questioned.
Micah, give me a coin.
Why should I give you a coin?
Because we're gonna save the guy who employed us. You'll pay one, I'll pay one.
It's not Baz. It's the other guy.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Tell me, you're a friend. I'll help you.
Cool. I guess I'll pay a coin and you pay a coin.
All right.
I was
Go
gonna bring
halvesies.
And with that, he is released. No questions asked. Finally, the last thing, downtime activities. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna show Micah the hamsters that all have little robber masks and little schemes.
So, to give you an idea of things you can do during your downtime, you can acquire assets, which is pretty much gain a temporary item, expert, a vehicle, or a service. A long-term project, which is start something that you want to do. So, an example is I want to build a really nice gun. All right, you start a long-term project. Recover. If you were hurt at all, you would heal. Reduce heat. You take time to go out, bribe, sway, and or convince people that you were not the ones to do anything and that you should not be blamed for it. We are not doing train because this isn't an actual series and it can get kind of broken.
We do these as needed.
Or indulge vice, which just relieves stress.
May I go first?
Jimmy, you go first.
1, I'm obviously gonna relieve, and 2, I'm gonna try to get some heat down with smooth talk.
All right, Jimmy, roll me. Let's see. Your vice player is Singer, so you set yourself outside at the bathhouse in Crowsfoot.
Yep, play some 3-card Monty.
Yep. As I want you to roll me a D. Actually, let me just make sure one thing.
100.
Let me just do one thing.
Micah, what did you think of Blades in the Dark?
Eh.
Wow.
Damn.
It's about as chaotic as it always is with us.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Before, we have done straight Black Ops, like, this all worked. But those ones are nowhere near as fun as... Ah, shit!
I'm not sure how useful I was the problem.
Well, that was just because of the rolls.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
rolled.
that
but
can happen to anybody.
You actually served a lot of it, especially with the idea of getting us these reversible disguises.
Yeah, your disguises saved our asses from getting arrested.
Yeah, Micah, like, you were just, like... It was like when we played City of Mist for the first time, like, with Broden. You were nearly... Like, you were immeasurably useful in the beginning.
Yeah, no, you, if you would have not have flashbacked with the idea of the reversible disguises, you would have carried over that 1 tick of discovery.
We would have been
Oh
bored.
boy.
Yeah, we
Yes.
would have been found instantly.
Yeah, so, like, you were instrumental.
I was meaning more along the lines of my guy is built for stealth, and I don't feel like I stealth very much.
All right, AJ, roll me 1 die and remove that much stress.
1. Jimmy's had a weird night. He's been puking. He's not on his
If you
game.
want, you can try again.
Yes.
All right, do it again, but that takes up...
Good enough.
Okay.
Yeah, Jimmy's just gonna sit inside, trick some people, go out, trick some people, go back, pet some hamsters.
Yeah, it was a very stressful night. You can't get the images of the
Jimmy is
people that
not
you
a violent
might
man.
have accidentally burnt.
Yup, Jimmy's not into that.
Malice, what do you want to do?
Have a Micah go. I stepped away to take my dishes out.
All right.
I'm not here. Leave a message.
Silas,
Yes.
do you want to relieve stress?
Yeah, because that's more red than I would like, honestly.
Yeah, so I will say you're at 5. If you roll a 6, you overindulge, which can cause a lot of issues. But you have a very good chance not to, I will say.
Yeah, 1 in... those are good odds. Take
You
a
have
1 in 6.
Yeah, you have an 80% chance to not.
Yeah,
Maybe
I don't like all this red I got, so
Yeah, so roll me a d6.
with my luck I die. Okay.
Relieve
You're
one.
all like Jimmy!
Oh, glad these are now though. Relieve one
Do I
stress.
risk it for the biscuit?
You can
Do
if you
you?
want.
60% chance, buddy.
What else can I do with downtime besides
You
heal
can-
or relieve stress?
You can try to
Yeah,
go and
yeah.
acquire an asset, like a special item, a expert or gain to help you, a vehicle or a service. Or you can try to go and reduce heat and like pay off people or convince them that you weren't responsible for what happened.
I don't need to do any of that though.
You do with the heat we have, you do.
I don't know how to do that though. I don't have
You just tell me how you go out and do it. Do you like talk to your friends and tell them to like tell people to fuck off, or do you
Hey,
try to
you
bribe
don't need,
people?
like- you don't need like a
I could make sure I have an alibi for tonight. Say that I was doing paperwork at the doing paperwork for psychology papers.
That could work. In that case, you would have to roll me some kind of like consort sway or something.
Have nothing.
You are guaranteed at least 1. I will say that. Even if you get 2 1s, you get 1 heat down.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will at least try a sway because I don't have anything to consort with necessarily.
Okay.
The music is too...
The
set.
six.
1.
Oh.
You're saying you take the lowest.
Yep.
Oh.
All right.
Was
well,
it
you
risky?
do. No, it doesn't matter. So you
Yeah,
do
that's-
take. You do bring down the heat by 1, which is helpful. You're now 4 away from having a wanted level. Malice, are you there?
Yep.
All right. What do you want to do?
Well, first I'm gonna try and reduce stress because I got 6.
All right. Roll me a d6.
3.
Relieve 3 stress.
Okay, that's good enough for now.
You kind of got over the whole thing pretty
Murder?
well.
He's killed people before.
Yeah,
Well,
but
if you
killed
hadn't
people-
before, you have now.
You killed people like they broke a deal and exploded.
Well, normally the deal doesn't kill them outright, but maybe some people made a couple bad deals in a row.
All right.
And then failing one left them in such a state that they couldn't do the other one.
And
how
what
much
else do you want to
heat
do?
we have?
You still have quite a bit. You still have 5
Wow.
heat.
Yeah.
Cool. I would like to reduce some heat.
All right. And how do you plan on reducing heat?
I mean, if I pay them up, do I have to actually roll
You-
anything?
You would no. If you pay a coin, you just roll a die. Like, you roll a die and you up it by 1.
Cool. I'm gonna pay a coin.
All right. Roll a d6. If you get a 1 to 3, it acts as a 4 or 5. If you get a 4 or 5, it acts as a 6. And if you get a 6, it acts as crit.
5.
So you add to like a 6. So you lose 3 heat. You pay off the right blue coats. Your gain is now back down to 2. So you're 1 up from where you were last time, which isn't bad considering what you just did.
Yeah, considering what we just did, that's
What do you
not
mean?
bad.
Didn't do anything.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
All you
Alright.
did was you were there while Jimmy was getting sick in the toilet.
Yeah, it was a rough night for Jimmy. All right, with that, that's it. Congratulations,
Okay.
you have successfully Actually, I need to roll one more thing just to make sure on something.
You
Okay.
find the One Piece.
What was that roll for?
Nothing.
You're lying.
And with that bit of mystery, we are going to end the stream. Thank you so much for everyone who tuned in, whether you're here or not. If you like what you see, drop a follow, tell your friends, subscribe to us on YouTube, and if you couldn't catch all of this, the full video will be up on YouTube when Broden gets to it.
Yeah,
But other than
probably
that-
probably Monday.
But other than that, good night, and choose your role carefully.